Morning.
Sup?
So, dude,
I can barely hear you.
interesting. Let me try to fix that real quick.
Hold on, maybe it's check.
Check.
Yeah, dude, you are very quiet.
Did I turn myself
I
down?
got you all the way up to the moon here.
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm talking to a prop trader in a different room. Oh, check.
Check.
Give me now.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, you're still kind of low. Hold on. Give me another one.
Check.
All right, you're good.
Alright, cool. The hypnosis track worked awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel different?
Yeah, I feel good, man. It's difficult for me at night. I find that in the minutes before I fall asleep, my mind is scrambling. Like it's really hard for me to shut off my brain, um, which usually keeps a lot of people up. But I sleep like a fucking baby. Like when my mind is doing all that thinking, it helps me fall
Mhm.
asleep faster. You know. Um, so I did find it was harder for me to focus on the hypnosis track last night.
That's what I figured could be a problem.
Yeah. Um, but I give it another listen this morning. I had a good little meditation session, and it's awesome, dude.
Did you run it all night or no?
Yeah. I ran it all night, so I fell asleep to it, and it worked.
It was hard to fall asleep to it though.
Not fall asleep to it. It was hard for me to like listen to what you were saying. It was hard for me to listen to the words, because my
Oh,
brain kept drifting.
yeah. You want it to keep coming back. You're just you got to understand what you're doing is you're training the mind to be focused here
Yep, yep. So
instead
it's
of
gonna take
having a
practice.
TikTok brain.
Exactly.
You know. So, yeah, just keep practicing because you're gonna do the same thing with your patients.
Yep.
You got to focus on that. And it's just repetition until proficiency.
Yeah, and I think this specific track that you made for me is perfect for that. Because if I'm listening to it multiple times per day and I'm falling asleep to it, like it's just hammering it down. It's hammering it into my subconscious.
Yep. But you did listen to it today when you woke up
Yeah.
again.
I was just doing like some stretches on the yoga mat, and I would just sit there and lay prone for 10, 15
Did it
minutes.
Was it as intense as the first time?
No, but again, I don't think I was 100% focused. Like I think if I'm um, when I wake up in the morning, it's kind of like I don't know. I don't have much of a like regime, like a routine. But when I'm trading, when I'm sitting down at the desk, like I'm fucking here to trade, you know. And I find that in the past, when I've listened to your other meditation tracks, like I think you made one for Dream. You had one about big picture ideas. Like when I listen to those and I'm 100% focused, they can really get me deep.
Yeah, you need to get you need to focus up on it as much as you can.
Yep.
Cause I'll do hypnosis sessions, but if my hypnosis session is I'm not focusing and I'm just laying in bed thinking about other shit and laying on my side,
Hmm.
it's not as impactful.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's have you get focused on what's going on and get in sync with shit.
Yeah. I'm drawing reclaims that we printed from yesterday.
I haven't read the market myself, so give me a minute. You got your journal for me to watch?
Yeah, let me pull up today, and I'll get the, oh, it's gonna make me log in again.
Shit.
Alright, get a dummy trade on. And I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. I think I'm calm, content, and patient today, especially after listening to that meditation session. Pulse check. I'm gonna wait.
You can mark your shit as confused because you don't know what's going on right this minute.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
So, daily chart, we're at near the bottom of a range.
Yep.
Got spanning to October.
Wow.
30-minute.
October. Yeah.
Really, if I look at that daily, we did embed and stay above the halfway mark near 6,000s a lot. I could see us continuing to go down potentially. 30-minute. What's to the left of this price action? Because that's going to be old shit. There's a liquidity zone near. If we bounce here, it'll. Yeah, there's a liquidity zone up in this region. Which is, again, going to be the low of this daily range. Hard pivot at 0925. We're right above it. Makes sense we're going to go through that, but I don't know how hard the pullback's going to be before we can actually do that.
Sure.
We're already on top of that. There's a lot of reclaim we just opened.
Yeah, I've got some old reclaims on NASDAQ that we're touching right now.
Very tight PA here.
Do you still watch Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia?
Yeah.
Oh, really? What are you watching these days?
Just Jigsaw.
Just the ladders.
Yep, there it goes through. Just the price action.
Sure.
There's patterns. So I have a Obsidian checklist sort of thing. We're gonna implement it into. I'm gonna have something in the journal where maybe you guys can watch my checklist process. It tells you whether I'm gonna go long, short, whatever, based off what it's checked. But it's just price action because you need to be careful trading. It's just price action.
Yeah.
Because well, I'm looking. Is it taking reclaim? Is it taking liquidity? Is it slip ranging? Is it trending? Is it halfly? Is it partially taking reclaims? Is it fully taking reclaims? Is it faking out a lot? I don't know. I'm able to just read it.
Yeah. No, that makes
I
sense.
guess you haven't. I guess you haven't watched me trade in a while.
No, it's been a while.
Okay. All right. Focus.
All right, I like that we have these two value areas above us. I want to see us pull through it and then pull back, and I might catch a shimmy. but it looks like we just rejected off of it, so I'm hands off for now.
I need you to take some mental trades before you execute. I want you to like make sure you know what's going on.
Alright. Taking back the lows, I'd probably do a mental trade short at 850. Filled mentally. I'd probably cut it here.
I'd cut that. Yeah.
Probably just
Good
do a
mental cut.
market exit.
They're slipping in this region.
I like that it's compressing upwards against a prior value area. I might switch to longs mentally.
I mean, they did a good stop run on the bottom of the liquidity zone at 9s, like I said.
Yeah. So I might try to bid like 925 maybe mentally. Maybe move it up to 950. I think that would have filled me right there. A couple ticks drawdown. And then I'd probably try to cut it around 1175. But I don't think that
Now,
would have
since
filled
they're
me.
kind of, they are trying to, it's slipping, but it's also compressing up a little bit. The problem here is whatever you get into here is not going to move right away. I mean, oh, Jesus, fuck.
What's up? I think that would have filled me.
I actually put a trade on, but I got out of it
Oh, nice.
for a little. I need to lock the DOM. I went short right before that went up. I got a little something, but $375 on it. That was an accident.
So I think my long trade would have worked there. Is a little bit more drawdown than I'm comfortable with, but again, like you've been trying to teach me, like in this loose environment, you gotta accept that drawdown. You know, if I draw down 7 or 8 ticks, it's what I have to do.
This is, hey man, this was more than that. This is over 10-point move.
Yeah.
And you're, by the time you even can compute to hit the flat key, it's already been 5 points.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is too fast for you.
Okay, yeah, I would
trade.
probably agree with that. In situations like that, I usually wait for it to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, my suggestion may be let's switch to a sim.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do some fucking drills today.
You do need to learn this.
In that case, do you want to watch my execution screen?
I'm gonna watch mine, so I need my read on what you're doing.
Sure.
So you just tell me where you're getting in.
I want 15 long. That might be a little too ambitious, though. I might want to be a little more aggressive, especially if I'm.
They're
just
compressing up, so I want you to keep something in mind. We could mean revert up really hard.
Yeah.
I think there could be a sustainment up. See? I don't think you're gonna get that pullback.
No. I like 1825 for a shimmy back. 1850. No, I think it's gone without me. I had a good read on that, though. I liked that pullback towards that chop zone.
What? Yeah, like in this environment, if you're not getting filled and you're waiting a little too long and it comes back to you, you're gonna get fucked.
Okay.
Because what's happening is it might be compressing above your attempted entry, and that's accumulating a fuckload of stops.
Yeah.
So let's say you're sitting on 18s now, right? If you see any other entries,
I'll try.
okay, let's say you're
20.
sitting 18s. It looked like you came close. I don't think it would have got you there yet.
I just tried 20. I moved it up to 20, but it looks like that's it's coming back on me now. So 18 probably would have been the ideal entry, but now that the character's
No,
kind of
not
changed.
even. No, see, that's what I was trying to tell you before you put that 20 on.
Yeah.
Pull that 20. Pull it.
Got it. Filled.
Good. That's one of those things. See how it's going? Would have gone against you immediately.
Yeah.
So you just took a break even on that 20. Don't be catching anything here. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Take your time. I want you to focus.
Alright. Looks like we're taking back reclaim now.
Yeah, so now we're going to the bottom of this daily range. So this is telling me something has changed.
Yeah.
The meaner version may or may not be on deck. Something's going on.
They took that back really fast, but I want to see if they could
That
take
was
back this
that's
local
over
high.
10-point pullback right there.
Yeah. Alright. I want to see us reject here, and I might look about a short. Yeah, I like this reject. I'm going to try for shimmy back. Filled 1770 or 1675.
Take it
Got it.
whenever.
Closed
There
it.
you go. Are you hitting flat?
For that
you
one I
limiting?
did. I tried to limit out, but it wasn't quite giving it to me, so I hit flat.
So you want to try to catch it. So when it's moving this fast, I don't know if you click on the DOM or charts.
Dom.
Okay, you want to try to be quick with that mouse.
So I might try short at 1250.
Do you think that's too aggressive?
It is very aggressive, but I think in this
You're
case
in it?
justifies it. Yeah, I just
You're
took
in
it
it?
off. I got 8 ticks out of that one.
Okay, that was good. 8 ticks on it. Now, depending on how it deals with 9, I think that was a good trade.
Coming back up. All right, I like
So
that.
yeah, you can be getting like 12 ticks, shit like that, no problem.
I'm gonna try short 15 even. Move it down a couple ticks.
Do you think that's aggressive?
I think that's more conservative, but it's considering that we're at low of day. I think it's pretty aggressive.
Now here's my thing: is they're testing this low a lot and they're slipping. If we look at the whole, there's a lot of bar overlap.
Okay.
I think your initial aggression was okay, but I think price action's shifting and it's gonna get more random in here than you think.
Okay.
I think that's gonna start faking out a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, my short at 1250, if I had held that, it would have blown me out fucking 20 ticks. So you're not wrong.
No, it would have blown you out a lot more. Well, then again, you would have had a stop. Just let it get. It will tighten up at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
If you feel you can trade your combine, let me know. 'Cause it seems like you did nail a few, but I need you to be very clear about what you're gonna do here.
yeah, and I do not feel clear right now.
So they're blowing out the bottom of the range. This is telling me there could be a bigger run low.
If I'm looking for pullbacks to short, I would want like 5s maybe. For a second.
Yeah,
leg
this
down.
is not a good enough pullback. I would. Notice how it's just swooping up really hard on quads. They're gonna probably push a lot of reclaim back. Notice how they're failing zeros again?
Yep.
They're slipping here hard as fuck. So they're faking out right here.
Whew, that's a
Yeah,
fucking cancel.
that was the big ol' pullback. This might go right back to quads.
I'm gonna try 850 filled. And I would like to ride this down the reclaim a little bit. And I'll take it there.
You might get close to quads.
So that was 13 ticks right there.
Yeah, I got that. I got in with that short with you too, but I got in a little bit lower. So that was good thinking. Good thinking on that. Was that on your combine or?
No, that was still sim. I was still just trying to get the muscle memory down in this environment.
All right.
So I like that we failed new high again. I might try 8. Maybe 775.
Be careful. They're faking out a lot.
Okay.
I think the initial plays were good, but you know, it's one thing when you're over trying an idea, there's a problem.
Sure.
So you would say 8s? Let's
Yeah.
see what would happen. Is the season.
So I might actually pull that order because I don't like that we invalidated that reclaim just now. So we printed that huge fucking reclaim, that fucking 5-point reclaim or whatever, and now we just invalidated it. It's a 10-point reclaim actually. So I'm not as keen on getting short. I've got a range marked out between 250 and 5, and it looks like we just defended that.
See, here comes that 8 getting blown.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of fake out. They're just, it's called seeking liquidity, or they're generating liquidity, but it's just so big. You're gonna get a lot more random movements than you think. I'm gonna lock mine down.
Alright. So we just rejected the range highs again. But we just printed a higher low, so I want to see how price reacts to 6. I think if we defend 6 and then blast through 15s, it could flip.
It might be getting tighter here. I think they may stay. Look, let's see what they do. This may go down to 10s again. Here it goes. Close, but not quite.
I might try bidding 950. I like that we're compressing up here. Alright, filled 950.
You're gonna want to. If this pullback doesn't work, you need to get out of this. You need to get out of that.
3-tick loss. Again, this is just a sim. I'm just.
This is a bad area. You need to let this play out. Like I personally think it could go either fucking direction. But then again, I'm telling you my narrative, which is bad. I don't.
No, I need that sometimes. You know, I shouldn't be locked in my own head. And after all, man, like I am trying to replicate your system. For better or for worse, it's the structure I need. You know, like I could sit here and say that I have my own edge, but I really don't. I need that structure of someone else's edge before I can start exploring my own, you know?
Well, I'll tell you this. There might be a big-ass short right here. Right on these 10s. Let's see.
That fake out to 18.
They are compressing up, but they're doing value seek.
Sure. Stop run type play.
Not by much. Wait, here it goes. There it goes. Slightly.
Try 9.
It would still run. It's still gonna run. There it goes. There it goes.
I tried to get in at 9, but I was too late.
So you notice how they were compressing up and they're kind of chop walking up right there, and then they just blew the bottom of that.
Yep.
They're in value. They're generating liquidity, or they're in value seek.
Sure. They
So
spiked the
the price action's getting sloppier now,
yeah.
basically.
They're just fucking both
So
sides.
typically, retail traders are gonna get overfight in this price action, and they're gonna think it's gonna go one way or another, but really it's gonna fuck both ends.
Oh, I made a mistake today. I've got the auto importer on Sierra Chart, and it's auto importing my sim trades. So I just gotta fix that real quick. Switch this to sim. Okay. There we go. What I was able to do is I built 2 different journals. One for paper trades and it auto imports from Sierra Chart, which is pretty cool. So I can see kind of roughly how I'm doing on my sim trades.
Yeah.
Which helps.
Get back in the price action when you can.
So we blew the lows. I want to mark out this.
I noticed you break that focus a lot.
I do, yeah.
So the way they're kind of going downward at a downward angle, I think we may still be in value seek, but I'm really leaning heavy short.
Yeah.
I know you're bad at shorts.
Yeah, I want to get some fucking reps in today. If I'm looking for shimmy backs, I might look for zeros.
So if you zoom out on ES, they could be channeling lower.
Let me look at my 30-second. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So you're talking about a 15 now. Now they're kind of invalidating that. This right here is one of those areas where you might be able to just like get in short 95s.
I'll try 95.50 short.
Okay, so here's the problem. Let's see how she goes. Give it one test on you. That's 2 tests. Get out of it.
Cut it. 2 tick loss. Yeah, and now it's channeling against me. So that was a good call on getting out of that.
So they're still doing value seek.
I like this retest up here. But it's like channeling upwards on the micro time frame right now.
Don't worry about that. The higher one's more dominant. You could short it.
90, short 99.
You could. Okay, you got short 99?
Yeah.
All right, try to ride it all the way to the low of, right, let it ride a little more. And start pulling here.
Okay. 95 even.
So you should have got, that recouped all those little 2-3 tick losses.
Yeah, 15 tick win right there.
Okay, there you go. I think there might have been more on that, to be fair, but this is kind of the environment where that's deceptive.
Yeah, if I stay around too long, yeah, I might get blown out by fucking 5.
You gotta understand, this price action, this chopping, is no different than low volatility. It's just more stretch. So while it looks like it's good volatility, the moves may just be scalps. Like these, what you picked up is the equivalent of maybe 3 ticks in low vol. Yeah. But I think this could be on a downward thing where it's just gonna keep going. The problem is, like, what's the caliber of the pullback? You know, 15, 20 point, 25 point pullbacks, you're not going to survive that.
Yeah.
So you can't just short it and hold it. It ain't going to work. You don't have that kind of risk.
No. So it looks like they're range stacking lower on the micro time frame.
It seems like you're good. You could probably switch to the combine.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I want to
Alright,
catch these continuations lower, but I'm gonna be careful not to get blown out on them.
just focus.
Switch my journal back.
Take your time.
So I would really like maybe 97s. Past 97s now.
Are you in it?
No.
Don't. I think that went against you too far.
Yeah. So I think it was a good idea, but my timing's off.
So when we look at the PA, they kind of took a reclaim. Like I said, there could be continuation. Let's see if they're still doing value seek. If they're doing value seek, we may see it push up again.
I might take a mental trade 94.50 short. I don't think that would have filled me though. That would have. I'd probably cut that though because it's still just upward.
The reason that's not good is they're doing value seek.
Okay. So there's no
Be
expected
sticking
value.
on your. This is a bad spot. You're in the middle of this chop where this recent price action is.
Yeah.
You're dead center of whatever the fuck's going on.
I might want to short 99s if it gets up there.
Or slip ranging. My guess is I would have longed it at 90s. And then cut it right about here.
Yeah, that was a good play.
But I wouldn't do that again. The way this price action is, you're gonna try it once, but make sure that first try is like really good.
Yeah.
Edge is clarity, and if you're not 100%, especially in this volatility, you need to be patient. Or slip ranging. You got to slip range below us and above us.
Yeah, I tend to get.
But they're also compressing.
Yeah, I tend to get pretty like hesitant when they're compressing near low of day or high of day.
Are you feeling nervous about anything? How are you feeling?
Not right now, but I am feeling cautious. Like if I were to go short here, I would be really really tight on my risk because.
That's fine. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
I want you to like mentally picture it going down 1,000,000 points without you, and then I want you to just be okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Who gives a fuck, dude?
Just remember, if it rips without you, it wasn't your trade.
Yeah. It wasn't meant for me. I didn't have edge there.
So I wanted you to mentally prepare for that. Move down.
Yeah, I don't feel anything. I think in the past that would have given me a lot of FOMO, and I'd be trying to get short right here. Um, I'm gonna change my clarity tag to in between because I do think I'm having some decent clarity now, and I am patient, content, and calm.
So remember, I told you to picture this and be okay with what happened.
Mm,
It doesn't. You're not missing shit.
no.
You know, if you're gonna get into something like this, you need to have massively wide stops. And if somebody was writing that, they're gonna be sized down substantially, most likely,
Yeah, I would have to be trading micros to catch a move like this.
or they would have already taken some extraordinarily large losses.
Yeah.
And this is gonna get them just a bit above that.
What are your thoughts on a capitulation trade here?
Back down.
Long to take up back this reclaim.
I think I don't know what they're doing here. I'm so fucking short biased.
Might take a mental trade at 77.50 long.
There's a huge liquidity block down here too. On the daily.
Sure.
They're just reaching it. As far as a push up,
So I think my mental 77.50 would have worked here.
I could see it. I just would want more information.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sketchy. Especially with all this fucking downward momentum. Like it's steamrolling.
There's a slip range above us. Let's see if it starts to fail. They're compressing here on 77s. So to me, I was a short it. They're re-expanding it. I do believe they're gonna push it up, and this would be the place to do it.
So I might want to bid 76.50.
Okay, I'm wrong.
I didn't. I'm taking it as a mental trade, and I think it would have came back on me too much right there. Yeah, I would have got stopped out there. So my clarity's not perfect.
You're going back to 68s most likely. But they might be faking out. That's the problem. I'd go for it. 71s to 68s.
71s.
Oh, she'd be fucking with me though.
I'm gonna try bidding 71.
Faking. Be careful with that.
Alright, cut it.
Remember, this is a goddamn downward trend.
Yeah, and it's aggressive. So I did not take that trade. I'm still at 0 execution.
They're faking out quite a bit.
Yeah, and even if I did get filled here, man, like that's a lot of fucking chop.
All you need is one trade to get this combine in the right spot. They're doing a lot of fake outs.
Yeah, I mean the best trade is the one you don't take, and I'm pretty happy with 0 execution so far today, because this is not my environment.
Since they're doing a lot of fake outs, my guess is there'll be a substantial pullback. Well, not substantial, but maybe 78s here. Let's see if they can do it. Right, yeah. Well, 77s. I think they might roll it here for a long. I'd be confident somewhat right here, even though it'd be whipping on my ass so fucking hard.
Yeah.
I'd still be somewhat confident in that. And then I'd probably try to get out at that 79 or whatever, because I know they're faking out.
I'd do a mental trade at 78, and I'd probably cut it there.
It's in fake out mode, so
yeah, I'm not missing out on anything.
it's definitely a skill set to be able to do that, to trade this shit here. Keep focusing.
I like these pullbacks. I'm just a little hesitant going long near low of day after a run like that.
I would say give it a shot.
I'll try 75 filled.
Get it out.
Cut it there. 76, 75. Yeah.
Did you hit target?
7
Not yet.
tick win. Not yet.
Good job. How much more do you got left?
I can tell you right now. Let's see. So it's I'll pull out my calculator because I'm a fucking dumbass. 609 minus 377. I need $230.
What did you pull on that one?
85 after commissions.
Okay. How do you feel?
Good. My heart rate's a little elevated, but nothing crazy. And I'm content. Like I could give a fuck about the P&L right now.
Okay, let's after you tag that, let's close our eyes for a minute.
Sure.
You ever done a Wim Hof breath?
Yeah, it's going as deep in as you can and as deep out as you can, right?
Through the mouth, yeah.
Yep.
It's more deep on the inside, but then the out. You're kind of just letting you're trying to force as much air in as possible, but you're also, when you breathe out through the mouth, you're going to just kind of let it naturally come out. And you're going to go fast like you're hyperventilating. Okay? And then you're going to hit an exhale, and on your exhale, I want you to push all of the air out of your lungs and hold it. You're holding your breath with all the air out. Okay?
For how
So
long?
I'm going to put on a timer. I'll tell you when. All right. Start breathing. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep going. You up to the point of a minute. I want you to start feeling tingling. Keep breathing. Not worrying about anything in the market. Putting your brain into a delta wave to lower your heart rate. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 20 more seconds. Keep going. Push as hard as you can. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Coming up to the last 10 seconds. Breathing in. Breathing out as hard as you can. Hyperventilating as hard as you can. And as soon as you can, breathe out. Pushing all of the air out. All the air and holding the breath. Feeling tingling in the brain. Holding the breath out. Holding the breath out. I still hear you breathing. Holding the breath out. You're okay. Take your time. You're doing fine. There's plenty of time of the day. Craving patience. Waiting for the right opportunities. Waiting for the right opportunities. You'll be able to do this. Taking your time. Being patient. Waiting for the right moment. You've been doing good. Mentally trading and sim trading. You have this. Just wait for the right moments. You're content with the situation at hand. Letting the heart rate drop as you're holding your breath. And when you cannot hold your breath anymore, let me know as I continue to speak.
Holy fuck.
Was your brain tingling? Was your brain buzzing a little bit?
Oh my god, I almost fainted. Yeah, dude. Like I started tearing up. Like my face was
What
getting
on the
all numb.
exhale? Did your brain kind of go into a sense of clarity?
Yeah, and you know what's weird is
The
like
brain flaw. Go
like
ahead.
if I was in a swimming pool and I held my breath and went underwater, like I can feel my chest getting tight and like I want oxygen. But on that last exhale, it went all the way to the bottom and all the oxygen was out, and I didn't feel the need to inhale. It was like my body was content with being out of oxygen, and I was just kind of sitting there.
Well, you saturate it with oxygen, but you also, when you go in a pool, you hold an in breath, not an out
Yeah,
breath.
yeah, exactly.
Did it feel like the brain fog lift slightly on the
Yeah, I
exhale?
feel like I feel cold almost, like I feel empty, you know. It's weird. I don't
Right.
really know how to describe it, but I feel numb almost.
Okay. Go ahead and refocus.
All right. All right. I like that we're taking back this area of liquidity here between 66 and 61. I might look for
I
shimmy
would say there
backs.
just might be a long.
Yeah. Yeah, I might look for longs in 68s.
There's a liquidity zone here. I don't know if you're going to get that pullback.
I'm going to try 71. 71.25 maybe filled. It's coming back on
It's
me here,
okay.
but that's all right.
All right. Should cut it for a little bit of a win.
Yeah,
Or it might work.
I cut it for 5 ticks.
Of a win?
Yep.
Okay, that's good. It just kind of fucked around a little too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was starting to sweat a little bit there. Let me just throw some quick.
You think your
tags on
heart
that.
rate's increasing again?
Not as much as before. So a little bit, but like I can't feel it. I can't feel it thumping or anything like that. My last trade I'm going to change to maybe, and this trade I'm going to change to calm because I feel a lot better than I did from that last trade. I think maybe my entry was a little early on that. Alright, focus again. I like that we're
They're
pushing
faking out in
highs.
that region. They're making a range. So this is telling me they're faking out this region.
I'm going to take a mental trade at 75, 70.5. But I think that would have been too impulsive. Yeah, I'd probably cut it here. It's kind of hesitating down here. Maybe if we can invalidate this reclaim.
That was impulsive. Don't rush it. Be patient.
No. Alright, I like these range lows. I'm gonna try 67.50. Failed. I'm gonna cut it here. 60, 69 maybe. I'm gonna take it for break even. I had 2 ticks.
You got 2 out of it?
Yeah, my DOM is showing that there's an order. I just gotta open Rhythmic real quick and make sure I'm not in a trade. Sometimes CR chart does that, man. I fucking hate Rhythmic. I can't wait to be done with this bullshit. Yeah, I think that was just a glitch. I don't think there was actually a trade there. I got a 2-tick win, but it showed me as being short for a second.
Yeah.
But I think that was a glitch. Let me just confirm with Rhythmic. Yeah, no working orders, so, and no open positions.
What do you have left?
Let me check here. Get my calculator out. Uh, 160.
Take your time. I noticed that mental trade and that other trade came in a little fast. Be more patient here.
Sure.
I want you to really feel it.
I'm gonna change my patience tag to maybe. I'm gonna tag these later. I just want to focus on the price action right now. Alright, I like these new lows.
They're blasting this liquidity out below us. I don't know. It could be a big fucking massive fucking run still. We'll see.
Yeah, we definitely blew out those January lows.
You need to have a short biased, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're right. And all my trades so far today have been long.
Due to the nature of how much it struggled above us, I think this will be a continuation right here. Most likely. Now, I could get invalidated. They're struggling a little more than I'd like to see. But I do believe right in here. There it goes. I would still attempt to push that to 50s. Good, close enough, good enough. So they did chop a lot before they started coming out of that chop right in this region, and at this point, I don't know what would be. Yeah, that's the thing. When they come out in certain fashions, they're gonna kind of just float, not really chop as much anymore.
Sure.
I don't know what they're gonna do here. Like at this point, I wouldn't touch it because now I don't know. Like I would be out of the trade. I'm either holding this or I'm not fucking with it.
Yeah. I don't think I have edge right here.
No, typically when the trend is already on and you're not in it, there's nothing.
Yeah, especially since like I've been long biased all morning, and that's clearly not what's going on. I'm just gonna run and take a piss real quick, get some water, and then come back maybe with some fresh eyes.
Alright.
I'll be back.
All right, he's gonna take a piss break and a water break. He needs to make 120. Problem is he's really does a lot of long trading, not good in the shorts.
Why do you think he's long biased?
He told me.
No, I mean like reasoning wise, aside from
His statistics also. He's
Okay.
just and his some people can't trade both directions. Some people have a hard time comprehending going long or short. And he's one of those guys that just it twists his brain up when he looks at it the other direction.
got it.
Every trade he's taken has been all fucking long today.
Are you long biased?
I'm done trading.
No, you don't. Okay.
I'm done. I took. No, I'm short bias. All three of my trades were shorts, and the second one was a mistake. But all three were shorts.
Good trade.
Alright, I'm back. I haven't given you an emotions check in a while. I am feeling calm. I am feeling content, but I'm maybe slacking in my patience a little bit.
Alright.
And I still think my clarity is in between. I don't think I've found actual clarity today.
Okay, let's go ahead and we'll do we'll try hypno breath.
Sure.
We did it yesterday. It's gonna be 2 inhales in the nose, 1 out the mouth. You remember?
Yep.
Head and not look at your trading screens.
Gotcha.
Whenever you're ready, 2 through the nose, 1 out through the mouth. You're gonna do it quickly. 2 through the nose, expanding the chest, then expanding the gut. Breathing out, expanding the chest, expanding the gut. Breathing out, expanding the chest, expanding the gut. Breathing out, expanding the chest, expanding the gut. Breathing out, keep going. Keep breathing rapidly, expanding the chest, expanding the gut. Breathing out, expanding the chest, expanding the gut. Pause. Let's put on a delta wave real quick.
Sure.
My bad. It should be in your DM.
I got them on my liked videos.
We should have maybe done that. If you want to put on the rain with it too, you can. So I'll do it as well. Let me know when you have those. A minute, that's way too fucking loud.
Yeah, I got them.
Alright. You got it?
Yep.
Alright, let's do this. We're gonna do 5 minutes. Ready?
Yeah.
Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out. 2 inhales, 1 exhale. 2 inhales, 1 exhale. 2 inhales, 1 exhale. Keep breathing, keeping the pace high. Keep going. Coming into a place of patience. Keeping your breathing going. Letting go of everything around you. Coming into a place of patience. craving patience like a delicious food, a mouth-watering food. You really want patience. Patience tastes so good to you right now. You know that if you continue to be patient, you will succeed at this. You have succeeded at this. Visualizing yourself from a place of patience, a place of success, a place of a funded trader, seeing yourself already accomplishing these goals, seeing yourself dominate today's session, seeing the patience it took to get there, feeling so patient about what has happened in your trading, breathing in through the nose 2 times, once out the mouth. You are a patient trader, patiently waiting for the right moment. That is all you need to do. Nothing else matters. The noise doesn't matter. What matters is moments of clarity. Your clarity is your edge. Breathing in through the nose 2 times, out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose 2 times, out through the mouth. Hearing the storm of change in the background. Feeling the raindrops washing away all the impatience. Feeling the storm of change. Filling your body with patience. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. 2 breaths in, 1 breath out. 2 breaths in, 1 breath out. Letting go of everything around you. Forgetting about the trading session. Not worrying about performance. Completely letting go of everything around you. Completely disconnecting from everything around you. Letting go of any tension. Letting go of all the tension around you. Feeling yourself becoming loose and content with the situation. If you walk away today with what you have, you're content. You are okay with the situation no matter what happens. You are a patient trader. You are a professional trader, seeing yourself crushing the day from a place of patience. Waiting for the right moment until you know with all your heart this is a trade, a good trade. Patiently waiting for the right moment. You know you can do this. You are very confident in yourself. Feeling the raindrops hitting your skin. Feeling yourself letting go of everything around you. You are one with the market. Feeling the market become you. Putting the market on like a tailor-fit suit. You are one with the price action. You feel it so intimately well. Becoming one with the market. You are one with the market. You are so patient, waiting for it to tell you what to do. The market is your friend. It tells you exactly what to do and when to do it and why you should do it. You listen to it very carefully as it tells you its secrets, paying very close attention to it. Keep breathing. You're almost there. Taking your time, letting go, coming into the last minute, stepping up your breathing, breathing more rapidly through the nose 2 times, out through the mouth. 2 in the nose, out through the mouth. 2 through the nose, out through the mouth. You are a professional trader, becoming infinitely patient, embracing the patience right now, feeling the patience in your head festering, feeling the fire inside your gut flaming up as you are becoming more patient with the market. You are an infinitely more patient trader. You want to only hit patient trades. You are waiting so patiently for the right moment. You are a professional trader, seeing yourself crushing today, believing in yourself, being calm and content and letting go of all the external stressors. You are a professional trader. You have done this, seeing yourself as a 7-figure trader, seeing yourself in the near future, crushing it. All right, you can come out. How do you feel?
I feel like I want to run.
Okay. How do you feel mentally?
I feel like I'm on a cloud. Like I feel nothing. I feel neutral. I feel fuzzy. I feel like empty.
Good.
I feel blank.
Let's get back on the price action and take our time. Now take your moment. sit here. I'm gonna listen to you. Silence, and I'm gonna let you just be with it.
Okay. We're taking back liquidity areas. I like that we're printing liquidity areas below us, although I'm not necessarily looking for pullbacks. I just like that we're generating liquidity on the way up. I like that we're chop walking. We're kind of, I call it chop run, where we chop and then we run, and then we chop and then we run. And I think that's a sign of a more upward moves. I like that other assets are green, but I'm not going to read into that too much. I'm just going to focus on the price action. I like that we invalidated the reclaim at 64. We defended that area. We could be getting ready for another leg up here. We've kind of got a
I do
liquid
agree.
area at 72.
I do agree with that. I agree with that leg up.
I'm going to bid 71. Filled.
Write it.
Take it off here. 73 evens. That was a 8-tick win.
I would have liked you to write that a little more,
Sure.
but that's okay. Can you put exit early on that?
Yep.
How much do you have left?
I got a little over 100 and some change.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Take
I
your
would have liked
time.
to ride that there. I think I had edge in that entry.
It's alright, I noticed you do cut a bit early on shit, but that's okay. It's fine, as long as you're making good entries.
Yep.
Take your time. Feel it. Let it make sense.
Yeah, I don't think it makes sense quite yet. I would like to see a little bit
That's
more
okay.
of a pullback. 68.
Let it make total sense. Keeping an idea of what may be happening, bigger picture. Do not tunnel vision. Feeling the ebb and flow, feeling the pulsing of the market.
Alright, I like the continuation. I'm gonna try a mental trade at 71.75. Alright, it's giving me more and more confirmation of an up move. I like this flag up.
Don't FOMO that.
No, it looked like a pullback to 75s, maybe 74.
How are you feeling?
Good. I'm calm. I have no interest in being part of this move unless it gives me a good pullback.
My concern is if it does pull back, it could keep dumping.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for a little bit more confirmation before I enter.
It just generated a liquidity zone up top here in the 80 or whatever it just rolled off of. 83s or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in no rush to get long here.
Yeah, I'm confused as well.
I like 72s. I think that
For
would be
what?
substantial enough pullback for me to want to get long again. But it
You
depends
need to
how
be
it gets
really
there.
careful. I would not, if it does go to 72s, do not catch it.
Okay,
Let it dick around, okay?
sure.
Because I feel like if it gets to 72s, we're going back to 50s.
Okay.
They're going tied up right now, and they generated liquidity, which is a sign of reversal, in my opinion. So I think there could be a substantial dump. And I know, like, you're very long
Yeah.
bias.
Yeah. I gotta be careful.
Might be slip ranging. They are compressing low here on 75s. If I would probably shorted it at 75s. Here's that 72s. It would have come back to me. I would allow one pullback. I'd still hold that. There's your 72s. See?
Yeah, that would have blown me out.
I would have probably took that out at 70s or somewhere's in here. We do need to work on you shorting shit.
Yeah.
But keep focusing.
Alright, I think that gave me confirmation that I need. So if I'm trying to catch this on the right side of the V, I might want to get long, maybe 73s, 74s.
I would also be careful with that.
Okay. Mental trade, 73.50.
See how it would be going against you immediately.
Yeah.
That's not the type of V you think it is.
Sure.
This is bullshit. It's not really a V. Okay?
Yeah.
If you zoom out, the V would be lower. Be like 50s or whatever. So I think they're gonna fucking jam it hard. That's maybe. They're doing some fake outs. Take your time.
I like that there's a liquidity area at 70s. It also looks like it's the bottom of a slip range. I might try to short 75.50. Yeah, I'm going to pull that because I think it's gone now. It was a good read, though. I like that we revisited the 70s.
If it compresses here, it might be valid, in my opinion. I don't want you to do what I say. Right there. There it goes. The problem is You're not seeing what I'm seeing at time. At times you are on the
Mhm.
long side, but let's see if they're faking out. This could be continuation. This is my biggest bias is a continue. Yeah. Okay, so they stopped 82. It's like a triple quadruple top at 82.
Yeah.
So this is why I thought they would continue to go low. I think they could potentially go all the way back to 40s.
I might be interested in a short 69.50.
I think that would be worthy somewhere in here. I don't know if you're going to get it to pull back that far.
I'll try 68.75, but I don't feel comfortable much lower than that, at least right now. Touch, no fill.
You should cancel that.
All right, pulled it.
They're starting to leave little reclaims above us. They're not fully taking the reclaims. Oh, this one looks like it might be the first one that actually does. I'd probably attempt to short it in the 74s.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I'm gonna try 74.75, maybe 74.50. Filled.
Need to consider getting out of that.
I'm gonna take it at 23. Cut it.
There you go.
7-tick win.
What do we have left?
I don't know why it just increased my my account target. It just went up to 757. I'm not sure they're gonna let me pass it today. Even
Really? So it went up after that trade?
Yeah, I've got 12 out of 12 trading days, but my profit target went up after that.
All right, let's stop.
Sure.
What did you lock in today?
338 after commissions.
What was the max? One, I thought it was like low 300s or like high 290s or some shit before they increased it.
Before they increased it, it was 190.
Oh, so we went overboard today then.
Yes, but I figured because I'm 12 days traded out of 12 days that's when it would stop going up. So
Much more than they want you to go.
After 12 days, not on the 12th day.
Okay.
How much more do we need?
163.
All right, let's cut it.
Sure.
You're done. 100% win rate?
Yep. 100% win rate.
Good job.
Thanks, man.
Good fucking job.
Yeah.
That was
That was some good fucking trading. Man.
Can you screenshot me the P&L so I can share it?
Yeah. Do you want the futures desk P&L?
No, I would like it just kind of like, I don't know, or maybe
The P&L curve.
your equity
from today.
curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me your equity curve on the Tradecraft maybe for the session. Yeah, if I knew we were gonna go over, I would have had you stop a lot earlier, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. I figured they would let me pass on day 12, but it's not like it's a big deal. I don't really give a shit. I just shared that.
Where is it?
Prop voice
Okay.
chat.
Is he didn't put the markers on, but you can see how it just pure. Here. So there you go. Zero wanted to ask you questions.
Yeah.
Oh
You-
no, it's okay. Never mind.
You're no,
You're
he's
doing
we're
well. I
done.
don't want to fuck with your shit.
No, he's done.
Yeah, I'm done.
He's
for
done
today.
trading.
No. I really don't want to mess with Cat's his mentorship. I was just curious, that's all. But never mind. No, I'm not gonna ask. I don't want to
If you
confuse
change your
anyone.
mind, buddy, I
do
don't
anything.
mind. You can pick my brain whenever
He's
you
gonna
want.
he's
man.
gonna listen to me. So if you want to give out your opinions, you're more than welcome. But he knows what he needs to do. It's no problem.
I'm gonna send you a message, Cat.
All right.
Hope you guys are all trading well. Cat's putting a lot of
I mean,
work into you guys.
I mean, you're curious, Zero. What are you curious about?
I'm curious why he was short biased.
I was short, or he was. You mean he
Oh,
was
sorry,
long?
long biased. Yeah, sorry, long biased.
That's a-
He
that's a-
doesn't understand what.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
really good
go.
question. I've been trading for a couple years now. I think this is my third year, going into my fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Most of that has been trying to trade capitulations to the downside, unsuccessfully, and that's why I'm still unprofitable.
What he means is longs, not capitulation down. But
and that's
he's
the
talking
thing
about
is whenever
capitulation.
I see a red move, my emotional
Mhm.
impulse is to get long, like no matter what, and it's something I've been fighting with the last couple months, you know. So I've got an emotional association with that price action, which I know Fat Cat talks about a lot, and it's something I have to overcome. Like if I go to my all-time account stats, probably like 80 to 90% of my trades are to the long side, which is not good. I gotta fucking work on that.
Can you pull up the wheel?
Okay. Can I? Oop, okay.
You got another question? Go for it, man. I'll make a wheel real quick.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You're more on the long side than the short side.
Because markets more often go up than they go down, but they go down quicker than they go up, or some bullshit like that. Some saying. And I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing either, but I think my ratio is bad. Like it shouldn't be 90% long. Maybe like 60-70% long, you know.
If I can offer my if I can offer, I guess, my 2 cents.
Yeah, dude, go for it.
You know, unqualified 2 cents, I guess you can call it. You're only wrong because the time frame you're trading on doesn't help you if you're long biased.
Yeah.
You kind of get what I'm saying there?
My first couple years,
Like I just saw you take a 7-tick win. That who cares if you're long biased? That doesn't help you.
Yeah. I see
You know,
what exactly.
does
what
that make
saying.
sense? Or
and I think another follow up to what I was saying before about how I have an emotional tendency with down moves. When I was a trader before, I was on a larger time frame. So even like a couple years ago, I was a swing trader. I was swing trading forex, and I was swing trading crypto, and I was always long biased, you know. And it made sense. It made sense to be long biased in that regard, just statistically.
Yep.
But you kind of hit the nail on the head when you said that the time frame that I'm trading on right now, it doesn't really make sense, you know. But I carried those emotional impulses with me.
Yeah.
which is something I got to
Yeah,
shake.
I
You know?
hear you
And
on
I
that.
think that's why prop firms like S&B Capital, they prefer new traders because they don't have those pre-built emotional impulses. You know, they could start with a fresh slate, which is working against me. And
Yeah,
it's harder to
so
fix it. You know.
I mean, this is a little bit weird to kind of relate to it, but when I was, I mean, this is like 20 something years ago, but when I was like serving tables
Mm-hmm.
uh, at a restaurant, and I applied to CPK, and they're like, if you guys don't know who CPA is, California Pizza Kitchen, and they're like, oh, do you have server experience? I said, I do. And most of them would say, well, if you do, we don't want you. So exactly what you're saying is like they have a certain standard that they want to implement,
Mm-hmm.
and for some reason it's sat with me all these years. But they rather have someone who is completely green than to have someone who actually knows what the fuck they're doing. Or
Sure.
I shouldn't say knows what the fuck they're doing, but thinks they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right about that. I I was just a little bit curious because like to me there's no shape or form that this is a long or a reversal like Friday.
Yeah.
Any which sense. Now, of course, you could be completely right. This complete reversing, it flies up. If anything, longs to me is just at in my eyes, 55.75 and only 55.75, and I'll explain that why that is. It wasn't just some number I just dreamt up.
We
The
are getting
first
50.
bounce
We are getting 15-point up moves, and he is a scalper, and 15 points for us is a fucking home
is
run.
a lot. 100%, 100%. Which is why I was just curious. It's like, oh, okay, he's long biased. Why? And
It's impulsive, but that's what I got to do is I got to psychologically. We had to take so many psychological mental breaks, and then I had to do a hypnosis session yesterday. But due to us doing that, he pulled 100% win rate.
yeah, and I
So
saw that. I was like,
I have
what
to
the
train.
fuck? That was crazy. If you're long biased in this market and you have 100% win rate, that's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's why I messaged Kat. I was like, never mind, dude. I don't want to ask him any questions because like if you can go long in this market and make money off of this, oh, all hats off to you, man. Like
He can, but he needs to scalp it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gotta
And
be
the
fucking
last one,
tough.
he did get a short. He did get
I
a
don't
short.
care.
On the last. Huh?
That's fine. I mean, yeah, I mean, whatever. Whether you're scalping for ticks, or points, it doesn't matter. If you can make it, you make it, right? That's
He's
all that
also
matters.
not. He also doesn't know the appropriate adjustments in high volatility. He doesn't realize that when the volatility, well, he does, but he just hasn't. He doesn't have enough experience. He needs to be
Yeah.
getting slightly larger trades and allowing them to go against him somewhat versus a tighter volatility environment. He needs to be a little bit looser.
Yeah.
So, because he was struggling, and it was because he traded too tight when the volatility picked up a week or two ago. So he's playing he's playing it on fucking fast mode, and that for him is also challenging.
Yeah.
Because it will take nothing to. I mean, if you're getting a 15, sometimes 20-point move, and no time at all, it's just too delicate to not be really zoned the fuck in. But I also think he
Is it
needs
just
a trade.
us four in this room, by the way?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm in 2 rooms at
It
once.
is just us four in the room.
Yes.
Oh,
Nobody
okay.
can hear
So
you, but
what I'm saying, does everyone else hear me?
no, only Harvey and Chronic hear you.
Okay, cool. All right. So the other 18 audience, they don't hear shit, right?
No. They hear me speaking.
Alright.
To nobody.
Okay.
There's his executions. I think he needs to learn how
No,
to
no,
trade.
because
I do think he needs to learn to trade
So-
short. I think it's imperative that a trader or at least a scalper be versatile in both directions.
Yeah.
Okay. No, 100%, 1,000%. Like, if
Because
you're a
what if we just
scalper
are in
or
a
a short-term
permanent
trader,
downtrend
you
for
need
the
to.
next month? I really see us going into a downtrend for maybe a month or so.
Yeah.
What is he going to do then?
Well,
He
for
needs to
me,
learn
I
how.
see. Yeah, I see if we break 56, 75, 25, like we're really in a huge downtrend, and a lot. Some people might say, well, you know, that's not that far off, or maybe that's a lot far off, or whatever. That's obvious. Well, there's like, Cat, you know me, I'm more long-term trading, and that's actually really, really scary in my eyes. And part of the reason why I said 55, 75 was a bounce point. Um, there's like macroeconomics involved in that. So that's why I was curious, because like, Harvey and I sometimes talk on the side. I know I've been MIA for a while, uh, due to the kid and stuff, but a year actually. Um, but 55-75 was a crucial level that we needed to test. And this is like plain out there. It's not like it's none of my math, right? So the first rate cut we've had was back in, if you go look at your charts, back in September 18th, 2024. And the high and low is exactly that, right?
Yeah.
55-75, 75-25. So again, don't look at this at a 3-second chart. Look at a daily chart just so you can
Yeah,
it.
that's why I was short biased
And
today. For me, there's like double bottoms and shit at 70, 57, 77,
exactly.
75, and they stop running that. That comes from early October. So I did tell him when we sat down, I'm like, if they breach this, they're gonna stop run it. So my first trade was the breaching of that.
Exactly. 100%.
But the problem for us is he doesn't have enough risk unless he sizes down to like a goddamn micro to fucking hold anything. Because for us, a 15, 20 point fucking pullback, it's going to kill him. And then the count is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he doesn't have the
It's, I
clarity to
mean,
be able to do that. Neither do I. That's why we trade on
no,
so
no, no,
small
no. You
scale.
guys have the clarity. It's the account sizing that hurts. I mean, it's the account sizing that hurts, right? Because if you have like a $1,000 drawdown, let's just say, right, that fucking kills your combine or your funded account like crazy.
Oh, my bias switches all
Without
the
a
time, but it's just because I read so
Oh.
much noise, man. It's just because I think it's gonna short, and then there's some struggle. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm invalidated, and for me, that's just like, okay, maybe it is gonna go the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, you're killing it. Like, from what I hear, you're killing it. So don't change the process. That's why it's like, hey, man, if you're doing well, don't fucking listen to the noise. Don't listen to, people like me who are trying to help, but at the same time, it's like, who cares? If you're picking up, you know, 50s and 20s off the ground all day, every day, fucking do that, right?
Yeah.
So, good stuff. I mean, Cap.
And he also
I'm just gonna call
statistically
you Cap, by
performs.
the way.
He performs better as a scalper too.
That's good.
That's just.
I can tell you,
That's
I suck as a scalper. I fucking suck.
I would like to one day, and this is so far down the road, but I would like to expand to different asset classes and to different time frames. I'll actually, a majority of my trading buddies are like equities swing traders, and they fucking kill it, but I just can't do that. Like, I don't have, first of all, I don't have the funding. Like, I can't fund my personal account.
Where are you from?
What do you mean, like geography wise?
Country. Yeah.
I moved to the United States from Canada 5 years ago.
So if you're a hockey player, I don't care if you dream to play in the NBA. You're a hockey player.
Yeah,
That's what
Yeah,
you've
sure.
been practicing. Don't try to change that. That's who you are. You want to slap the shit out of a puck and make it fly in the goal? Good. You
Yeah.
don't got the stroke to shoot a three. So, you know, why try to do that? Sure,
yeah,
NBA players make more money than the hockey
yeah.
players. That don't mean shit, right?
Yeah,
It doesn't mean shit because if you move to the NBA, you're not in the NBA,
sure.
right? You're not gonna make anything close to what you've been making in the NHL. You know, you get the analogy, but
Yeah,
you've been practicing all your life to be this this hockey player, whatever it is, whether you're a forward, goalie, center, whatever, I don't care. But you get the point, right?
and
So if this is your league, you stay in this league. Don't, you know, can you expand? You can, but it's not easy. It's really not easy.
and
The
I'm
mental
happier.
things that you have to do. Yeah, if you're happier, then there you go. That's your
Yeah,
personality,
yeah,
right? I'm holding trades for like, I don't know. You ask Javier, he's seen my piano. I don't know, 400 something hours, um, if not more, you know. But I've also hold trades for 20 minutes because it's like, I don't like it, right? Um, so just, you know, I don't mean this in a mean way, but stay in your lane. Like,
yeah,
stay in where you are good at.
yeah. And I fucking feel it, dude. Like when I'm the last couple months, like I think I've hit my fucking stride. Like even if I'm
Yeah, you can
even
feel
if
it.
I'm unprofitable, like I did have a couple weeks of drawdown where I wasn't hitting fucking shit, you know. But I was happy. Like
Your
I was into
mentor
it.
literally just said that, right? Like, you are so much better as a scalper than you are anything else. So there goes your, you know, I mean, that's one side of the confirmation. The other side of the confirmation is, um, you know, the proof, which is how the fuck did you make money being long, right? So
Sure.
there goes the other side of the proof, right? So Kat's right about this, and I've always said, you know, I've known Kat a long time, but I've always said like Kat is. I'm not even downplaying his trading abilities, but to me, his psychology actually outweighs his trading abilities, which we all know his trading abilities is high.
Yeah.
That's how much I'm ranking his psychology.
Yeah.
So if he's here to say that you're better as a scalper, that might be true.
Hmm.
You know, you know, I personally wouldn't doubt it. There are certain people that within this group that you know, based on their circumstance, I would say, yeah, they shouldn't be scalpers.
Sure.
Whether it's due
Zero
to
saying.
impatience. Sorry, go ahead. Cat, go ahead.
No, continue. Continue.
No. No.
So
I
you
was just
think there's
ranting.
other guys that just aren't cut out to be scalpers?
Oh, fucking 90% of these cunts. Or sorry, 90% of these people aren't cut out to be scalpers. And I'm being really nice by saying 90%. Like, honestly speaking, right? And
Yeah,
if
it's not
Harvey was
easy.
to be honest with you, he would say the same shit to you. It's like, these people are trying to imitate you or whatever it is they're trying to do, and they're just not gonna do it. And
I
it's not
think
because
I
of
think I
personality,
think
it's
swing
just
trading's
because
harder, man. I can't do it.
no,
I
and
can't
it,
fucking do it.
but here's a but and I've said this to you before, right? The funny thing is, you're gonna look at me and be like, dude, swing train's fucking impossible for me, and I'm gonna look at you and be like, scalping's fucking impossible for me, right? But it comes down to personality and it comes down to capability. At least that's what I think, right? This is just 100% my personal opinion. I've been wanting to make a video about this. I haven't because I'm lazy as shit because I have other shit going on. But a lot of people don't understand. It's like you don't just trade based on your personality. That's only one part of it. The other part is your capability. Sure, I want to swing trade, but do you have the you could be a pizza delivery guy for Pizza Hut or Domino's or some shit. How are you gonna fucking swing trade? You don't have that fucking cash. So you have to. You're boxed in into scalping, quick, high leverage, get the fuck in, get the fuck out type of deal. Um, Whereas someone say who's a white collared, worker who makes 150, maybe 100 or 80,000. I don't fucking know. I don't know anyone who makes 80,000 anymore unless you're a blue collar. But um, and has like 10, 20, 30 grand to swing trade in a meaningful sense. So again, it's about personality and capability. So again, back to you, Kat. I can't do what you do. I really
I
can't.
I think it's
I
really
dream
about
of it.
clarity. I think it's about
Clarity.
clarity to be clear. Yeah, we've been measuring our clarity versus confusion, and all the traders that are confused about price action and execute in it.
Uh-huh.
The narrative,
Can you
the
expand on
context. It's like, how well are
okay,
you
can you
able to read what's happening? Like for you, you said there's an invalidation point if the market goes down and there's political stuff. And when it gets to that point, you're pretty clear about what's happening. The price
yeah.
action's done this, it's been cooking for so long. We all know that when ranges blow out, they can move. So
Yeah.
it's clarity. It's like there's a point where you're like, I know exactly what the fuck is going on in the price action. And
Mm-hmm.
when traders are not executing from a place of clarity and they're confused and they're not sure what's going on and they're in a trade or they're holding through a moment of confusion, it does not work. That's from 5 of us, including myself. That statistic is reigning supreme. And it's almost like technicals kind of don't matter.
Do
It's
you
more
feel like
about
that's more psychology though?
it ties in the technicals and psychology. It ties into both.
Okay.
But the problem is if there's technicals there, but you're not sure about the price, because it's not just about the setup, it's about everything leading into it
Mm-hmm.
matters, and then when you're in it and how it's behaving matters.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Agreed.
being clear about what the fuck is going on. Edge is clarity. Edge is knowing what is going on. So the higher the time frame, the more confused I get. I start to second guess and doubt, and I'm not sure, and then it started because I'm reading a lot of noise.
Yeah. No, I
And
mean it's here's a funny thing, Kat. It's and you can repeat this to your audience, right? When I go into like a smaller time frame and I, you know, even like a fucking 15, 20 minute, 1 hour time frame, I'm confused. Whereas you can make it you have a narrative in that time frame, right? I don't have that.
so
So
you're more
it's funny that you're
confused on
saying
the
that
lower.
because, excuse me?
I'm just repeating what you're saying. You're saying you're confused when you go down 15-minute time frames and shit.
Yeah, yeah. Even like I mean, as large as a 1 hour time frame, I'm confused. Even 4 hour, actually, I'm confused. But w- what I'm trying to get at is, it's funny because you say that you go out to a bigger time frame, you're confused. But I'm saying as a swing trader, I go to a lower time frame, I'm fucking confused. So it's about personality and capability, or
Man, just a
personality.
raw experience of just being screwed over by some shit so much you start to learn from it.
Yeah,
Well, when you do the
And
same thing over and over, you become so proficient. You've played golf for a long time. There's just a point when you're out there swinging the fucking clubs and you're able to just like, it feels like it's
Yeah.
on fucking rails. You know what I mean? It feels like it's just
Yeah.
like it's like in this slot, it's smooth, there's no wobble, it's like on rails, like the motherfucker is.
But I
But
suck at golf, by the way.
newer guys don't feel that. Newer guys don't.
Yeah.
When it's too wobbly, they don't feel the proficiency is so big. There's a point where it just you did it so much that you can feel something with it that other people can't,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you're
100%
proficient
right.
higher up.
I wouldn't call it higher up. It's just more like we've seen it so many times we don't question it anymore. We know that there's a certain percentage that we're going to hit this, so we do it. And that's what it is.
But I certainly
I
would not
mean-
deny that Chronic does need better higher time frame analysis, for sure. You know,
Mhm.
it is imperative. I mean, I've had people go, "Wow, you only pick up a few ticks after all that read." It's like, yeah, because it was a guaranteed few ticks that I would like to put in my pocket.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, I'm flat, and for me, it's been pretty consistent about ringing out a K a day. Now it's more because the volatility's here, but
Hey, dude, the Vault is fun. Remember back in 2020 we were trading this shit? That shit was fun. It's fun right now. Like, I don't know how you feel about it, but I love it.
I mean, I'm walking away with more. So
You're
that's
walking
always
away with
good.
okay, let me ask you this. Are you walking away with more quicker than you normally would have?
Yes, it's just I'm
Yeah.
able
So that's
to
that's
get
the point.
$1,000 is just used to
Yeah.
be 10 trades maybe, and now I can do it
Yeah.
in one, no problem. Obviously, I can lose it as well.
I mean, I could be. I mean, I'm long, but um, I'll be long like one thing. Like let's just say bonds. I'm long bonds right now, but within like 2 days, I'm up. I don't know, fucking 4R, right? So it's just done. I'm not closed out of it yet because I'm still waiting for it to get to 120. But the point is, um, it's just quickly moving to where I'm assuming it's gonna go, and if it doesn't, I'm out quick, moving on. So I think it's fucking awesome. I think this environment's awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
No. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your thing, Chronic
No, you get that.
Cap.
I like conversation.
But good stuff on making money
Thanks,
on the
man.
long side. Amazing.
Yeah, he did
Fucking
well.
Marcus.
I mean, obviously our edge is psychology. I'm every time his heart rate gets elevated or there's something going on, I'm pattern interrupting him and I'm doing what I can to immediately nip that in the ass because I know I can brainwash him and he's volunteering himself to be brainwashed
Mhm.
to the point where he is just has no emotions to this.
Nice.
I want him to be, it's not good to say this, but dead inside, but not really dead inside, just like pure focused, and it doesn't matter what's going on. He's just doing exactly what he needs to do, and he's not letting emotions fuck with it, because that obviously is a huge component to it.
Yep.
Like I kept him out of, huh?
I probably need to talk to you about my psychology because sometimes I have issues holding. I have issues holding things as well. Like anything past like 2 weeks, I have like anxiety. Um, you know, obviously if it's past 2 weeks, it's in the money, but I take it way off, like way too soon. And I know it's a psychology thing, so you know, you could probably help me with that.
Oh, for sure.
And I have
That's
numbers to kind of back it up. So, in a sense, where if you need that for the psychology part, you let me know and I can send it to you.
yeah. I've been needing to hold more too from scalping, more into point to points, like pushing some
Hmm.
of my trades a bit further. So,
Yep.
but I'm aware of that. No, I got you. I understand where you're coming from, and that's where I think we're gonna have. Uh, I think that's where we're gonna dominate over other prop firms. Is I'm able to sit down and just, if you're constantly being interrupted out of your bad psychology immediately,
Hmm.
and then you're constantly being put in delta states, and I'm constantly communicating to your subconscious mind on very specific price action, because price action patterns and P&L patterns do trigger different psychology. FOMO isn't always, FOMO is not just FOMO. Is it a FOMO long? Is it a FOMO short? Is it a FOMO because you were tracking something for an hour? What was
Hmm.
it specifically? Because chances are that very specific scenario is going to happen again. And if I can stop him from thinking about it, and the reason these guys are getting into trouble psychologically is they're starting to think about it. And it doesn't, you can't. There's nothing you can do. If you missed it, it's done, it's over. As simple as that is, it's not. So I don't think people's brains are wired to do this job, and it requires total rewiring because we grow up feeling emotions and all that
Agreed.
bullshit. So,
Yeah.
and the markets are a foreign language. It's really hard for you to be able to interpret that to a point of clarity. So that's where I think I'm able to pull this off, and we'll see what happens. I'm proud with today's uh, results from him, because I did keep him out of some nasty trades
Yeah, I'll fucking say
too.
that.
Can I
He- he-
comment on that real quick? How long has
yeah,
Cap been in this in your tutelage?
This is day 2.
what's that?
Oh, it's only day 2.
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
he
okay.
was a
Never mind then.
backup. He was a backup trader. He was supposed to be last in line, but we're still
Ended up
building the
being the best,
journal, and I
right?
need more technology and shit. But he already fucking, because I have a partner with the futures desk.
Mm-hmm.
They're 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 letting, like, we don't need to pay them as high of a split as they charge retail, and they're willing to
Mm-hmm.
pay me 50% of what he makes, and they're willing to
Yep.
break the money up on their end
Mm-hmm.
because they just have known me, and one of the guys has been in our room forever. But he'd bought
Cool.
the fucking account, and he had already been trading it, and he's like, "Dude, I'm gonna pass this. I need your help." So I kind of got rushed into this before the tooling was complete. So
Mm-hmm.
at this point, you know, and here we are. So we'll see. He has been using the journal, and I have had conversations with him throughout the months what to look at and all that, and he has been tagging. But as far as like this goes, and this is also what I'm doing different, is like I'm with him every step of the way. You
Yep.
know, whereas some coaches are there once a day or whatever after the damage has been done or whatever. I'm staying on top of it like a real coach, essentially. You know what I mean?
Oh, the reason why I asked is because, um, I heard some things and I was like, oh, if I was coaching someone, which Cat, I have never coached anyone, not to your extent. I wouldn't have said, but knowing that it's his second day or even second month, I'll be like, all right, that makes sense. I thought he's been around for a long time. That's why. I was like,
Well,
oh,
I
okay.
picked him.
Um,
I originally picked him because he was posting in Wave 2 and he was just doing the fucking work and he was writing shit up. He was diagnosing his problems. And that's the bare minimum. If these guys can't do that
yep.
shit,
You
I
have
can't
to
work.
weed out the people. Yeah.
And so
I,
far, there's
you know,
only
I,
two
I
other
told you
guys in
this, right?
Wave 2 that are.
Before.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. Two other guys waved to what? No, go
There's
ahead.
only
Finish
two
your
other
statement.
guys out of a thousand, a couple thousand in here or whatever that are doing it consistently. And I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Because if a guy can't fucking do the fucking necessary work with the tagging and shit, I mean, if you can't
Mhm.
do that, then I can't fucking. Because also, I'm taking too much upfront risk here. I don't get paid shit until you start performing.
Yep.
And I've done that. I've already done that with several traders where I put a bunch of time in and then they're gone. And then I get nothing from that. So I have to protect
And I know
myself.
exactly how you feel. Yep. Because, I mean,
But
Cap,
for
I
me,
don't know if you know,
it's
but I used to teach a class here.
yeah, I know.
No, I
I
mean
know it's
Cap.
frustrating and
So I
shit,
know
but
exactly.
that's just part of it. That's part of it. But the thing is, I'm not gonna give up on it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the way I see it is, you got to learn from it because nobody teaches you how to coach a trader. Where the fuck do you learn that from? You know what I mean?
Nowhere.
So
Do you have Trading View or no?
no.
Okay, never mind. All right.
I also do prefer coaching up like this because my split's 50-50.
I was coaching
And
for free, and that shit was.
well, what's good about doing this is it's 50-50, but I'm going to coach them harder because their performance will make me more. If I'm just getting paid a flat fee, I'm not going to, doesn't matter if they win or lose. Let's face it. I like them to win, but if I'm not doing it, I like to get paid on performance. And if I'm going to make sure he's doing what he needs to do, and it's going to be more beneficial for him in the fucking end. And also, when you fucking, some of these guys, when you cultivate them to that extent, their loyalty will run deep that they ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, you pay for my fucking house. I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna leave you high and dry. You know, I'm not fucking going anywhere.
I mean,
yeah, you should get a Trading View. By the way, I think it's just good stuff for you, man. It's just
over
so
Sierra
fast.
charts.
I think for no, Sierra Charts is great. It's just slow. Like, I've used Sierra Charts. I've used Ninja. I've used Trading View. I've used where the fucking the amp one is called. I forgot. Optimus as well. Trading View is just fucking fast, bro. Like, it's great stuff. Really good stuff.
If I go to anything else or we go to anything else, it's gonna be
What are you thinking
Trader.
about? Oh yeah.
That because it's a super fast DOM, obviously. However, it's gonna be easier for them to code order slicers and shit because they're gonna have since we scalp, slicing is so important. Like I need the orders to get cut.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, we need more complex shit like iceberging and stuff like that. So, for me, I don't know, man. I still execute on Jigsaw, and I still use Sierra charts. It's really like for me, like changing all that will fuck with me. I don't, you know what I mean?
Yep. No, 100%. It's just that I've been coding a lot. Um, I was gonna share my indicator with you, but it's cool. No,
I
no,
mean, you're
no
coming around
issue.
more. We can do that a bit later. I gotta have to do a meeting with somebody else here in a bit.
Yeah, do your thing. Um, I was just yeah, I was just gonna share it with you. It's fine. No big deal.
Yeah, I'll be here in the morning, but like this is around meeting time.
Yeah, I did tell Harvey that I'll start streaming again. So for those who don't know, I used to stream like fucking 2, 3 years in a row, almost every single day. I think I missed like out of those 3 years, like maybe like 10, 15 days. But I stopped streaming ever since I had a kid. But I'm gonna start streaming again. Um,
Oh, you got rid of the kid?
yeah, yeah. Uh, fucking got divorced. Best thing ever. No, I didn't get divorced. No. I've been spending a lot of time just coding and stuff like that. And working on just to make shit easier. I'll probably start streaming. I have to go to fucking like I don't know, Singapore, Japan, and LA in the next like 3 months. So, uh, hopefully I'll start streaming then. Oh, and Vietnam. Fuck. All right. So hopefully I'll start streaming then. But um, what I want to do, Kat, is show you my indicator so that you can actually coincide it with your indicators to see if it rings true to you. If that makes sense. And lose Cat, maybe.
Yeah, you might have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go do this meeting. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Right.
I'll catch you in a little bit.
All right. Who can hear us right now?
Just Chronic and
Yeah, us three.
Who's that? Magic Taco?
Yeah.
All right, I know Magic Taco, or at least I've talked to you once. Let me just give you guys a quick. Again, this is what I do. Okay, so don't.
No, I got you, man. I watched a stream back in like November or October that you did.
Did you?
It helped my larger time frame analysis a lot.
All right, so let me just do this real quick. Give me a second. Let me try to think how I want to show this and display this. Is it education?
You figure that out. I'm just gonna go piss real quick.
Yeah. How are you doing, Taco?
I'm doing well. How are you?
You making money?
Yeah.
Killing it? Are you?
I actually have been killing it, dude.
All right, good. Don't listen to my shit then. Because
No,
I don't want
I've
to.
been
No,
I've
I'm
been
serious.
holding
Yeah,
more.
I
I've
don't
kind
want to
of
confuse you.
no, you're good. I've been you and I had a long talk a while ago, and I've been slowly implementing some of the things you've been saying, and uh, I've been taking like small swing trades here and there.
How's it helping?
I like it. I really like it. It's hard for me to hold things,
Yeah.
but I'm doing it with like one micro, so it's like it's negligible money. And then
Is
I
it?
a few. I mean, at least for the trades I took, yeah, it was like $100 risk. I made like it was like a
Um,
$500 trade.
okay, so that's not. That's pretty fucking good.
Oh no, I meant on the risk side. Like it's the same thing as if I'm scalping a mini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. I've been taking some options trades as well.
Okay. Good. Let me just do this really quick so I can show you guys. That doesn't look right. What the fuck am I doing wrong? I would say that a lot of people actually really kind of screw up on that. Like they okay, so you already said that, you're taking a little bit more swing trades, right? And I'm not here to like dispute anyone else. I'm just saying how great is it that you're holding, say, 2 micros and you're making a shit ton of money?
It's so fantastic. Oh, for sure. And it's also uh it's just so much easier because the large time frame scale, I'll look at it on like an hourly or a couple hour chart and zoom way out. Um,
Yeah.
and I do this very rarely. There's one setup, and I'll put money in Robinhood, and then I'll take it. And it comes up like I've taken it twice in the past couple of years. Um,
Yeah.
it's just so nice to be able to do that. Like I want to get to the point where I don't have to trade every day, and like my positions are just on, and eventually I would like them to just be algorithmic or something.
So that's exactly not necessarily be automated, but be in a sense where it just gives me all the signals and I just get into it, right? I can make my decision then and there because at the end of the day, as of now, in my opinion, coding cannot overtake your experience in the market, right? So for me, um, let me just hide this real quick. Um, to show you. Uh, all right, I'll just show you guys this. It's not a big deal. I was gonna show you guys anyways. But for me, I'm coding it for senses of how to just at the very least scalp the fuck out of the market. And the reason why I'm showing this is because um, I have a lot of friends who are scalpers and who own funds out of London. I'm not in London, by the way, but they're like, hey, I need help with an algorithm that scalps, that can get me, say, a 1.5 risk reward ratio. That's all I need because most, high frequency traders, they're not looking for specifically, 1 of 5 or anything like that, right? A risk reward. What they're looking for is like 1 of 1, 1 of 5, whatever, with a high win rate. So, I mean, you can see all the green arrows is just buys, 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 buys. As it dips, obviously it takes out this. Can you guys see my arrow or no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
can
can see
see
your cursor.
the green arrows.
Okay, so it's just taking out. For instance, let's say you were to buy this, it's going to take out this buy, assuming you didn't get out. Same thing with this. As you can see, they're all scalps, quick scalps. Some of them are huge. Um, obviously this is like either a quick scalp or a loser. This is a huge winner right here, just ranging up. Same with this right here, just huge win up. Assuming you held, chances are if you're scalping this or using this as my program you're not. Same here, you're probably either scalping or you're losing on this one. This one you're either scalping, definitely probably not holding, shit like that. Anyways, so I'm just gonna hide this real quick and talk about, you know, quickly, and you're gonna see this right now. You see this date right here? This is what I was talking about, Cap. September 18th, the high and low. What is this? This is the first rate cut that we had in a long fucking time. Guess what? I actually named it first rate cut in a long time.
Mhm.
What did we do? We came down, we tested this area, shot up, tested this area again, shot up, and that's, and this is actually a wide fucking range, right? If you actually look at it, and this is a daily chart, if you look at this, this is a wide fucking range, right? This is not a bull market. This is not a bear market. It's just a wide fucking range. Would you guys agree on that?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
for now at least.
Yeah, exactly. And if you zoom in, yeah, it looks trending somewhere, some way, somewhere. But that's not the truth. The truth is, if you zoom out, this looks like a wide fucking range, right? Which is why I always promote like higher time frame. If you look at a weekly, that's the same thing. You can't say that's not a wide range, right? Look at it for monthly, even a bigger range. Like it's more apparent as you go out. So just go back on daily. If that's a wide range, we're going a bunch of fucking nowhere. Where did we test? We tested here, and now we're finally coming back in. And what I say, 55.75. That's a high of the first rate cut. We're not going to clear that just yet, especially if we tested it twice already and we've had a reaction. We're not going to have a non-reaction this time. We're at least going to have a real reaction. Now, I'll show you guys in a second what I mean by a reaction, but you guys can see clearly that that's a high and that's the low of it. So let's go to the Russell. Same exact fucking date right here, 18th of September. What did we do? And we all know that Russell's the weakest right now, right? We ranged in and out of this area. You can clearly see that. Sure, we surpassed it a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. But look, levels are never clear cut. We finally break out with a convincing fashion. Where do we fucking test, guys? Right there. Right fucking there. September 18th high. And then we shot up. After we got back into the area, we're just ricocheting back and forth, back and forth. We've actually really tested it, trying to really stop the bleeding from an economic standpoint many, many times. All these times we try and stop the bleeding. What happens? We fall through the low and you have a really, really, really fucking good test. Right here. Almost to the motherfucking tick. Right? Off a little bit. That's fine. And we crash. So, what I'm trying to get at, guys, is even if you're scalping, you have to know your areas. If you're scalping within this area right here, you better know what's the high and low. You better know what's the important number, and you better try to trade it on the edges rather in the middle, right? So if you're trying to trade this, you're like, okay, here's the first cut. Well, I'm going to try to trade this edge, right? Then I'm going to try to trade this edge. Then I'm going to try to trade this edge, this edge, this edge. And then I'm going to try to trade this edge. But this edge fails you. So let's go ahead and look at November 6, 2024. And sorry, TradingView kind of sucks in a way where they can't just zoom in on those, like, on a 15-minute chart or less into those days. So November, what did I say? November 6th or 26th?
I think you said 26.
26, which is Thanksgiving. All right, so here we are, November Let me delete that real quick. Here we are. This is a fast-moving market right here on a day off. Or actually, right here, right? Let's go into a slightly lower time or higher time frame, just to kind of see right here. Do you guys see how fast this market is moving right here? If you're looking to reverse this the same way you reverse this, you should really be thinking, which is why the higher time frames matter. You're not going to reverse this. Look at the, quick movement up and up and up, right? You're not going to do that. When it comes down, look at how it stalls and it comes down and it stalls a little bit versus this one, right? So knowing your numbers matters a lot. Same thing with this. Quick move down, right? And then you're not going to take this. If you want to take it on the edges, again, here's the edge. Let me zoom in. Here's your edge right there. This is on a 4-hour, boys. If this was on a 5-minute, 15-minute, which is to me the lowest I go, but for you guys, 3 minutes, you're going to see a stall right here or a possible reversal to take it down to the other side. And again, and again, and again, and the numbers work. That's all I have to say, right? So it's over and over again. And then when it gets to here, sure, there's a little bit stall, maybe, I don't know. But you're really watching these numbers like, shit, is this good or bad, right? So for instance, for this didn't work out. It didn't go to the other end of the range. But guess what? The risk to reward on this is probably at least a 3-to-1. You're going to get your money's worth as far as that goes. So, yeah. Any questions regarding that so far with key numbers, eventful numbers?
So are you starting to be long bias on the ES?
No. And I'll show you exactly this, right? So ES is stopping at this point. That's catching a falling knife for me. I'm not looking to get that. I have other key numbers that I look at that, I'm still waiting for it to get through. Look at the exact same number, yellow line. NQ hasn't gone there yet. We're in quad 4, which is a deflationary, economic, circumstance where tech is definitely needs to get lower. So based on this, I'm actually looking at NQ to potentially test this high, which is again the first rate cut, at the same time watching ES testing this low at the same time. Now, if that matches up for me perfectly, like if it happens within the same, say, day, that's perfect. I'm going to get long, right? But as of now, if if you're asking me, I'm long bonds. I've been long bonds since, I think, 1704, roughly. I've been long bonds since down here somewhere, whatever it may be, right? But going back to ES, no, I'm not really long right now, and I'll tell you guys why in a second. But you guys do have to ensure that it's just you three in this room right now. Is it just Miller, Magic, and Cap?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like, no one else can hear me?
Right. Yeah. I mean,
You're good.
Okay.
yeah. The other room's closed.
So, let's see the Dow. All right. So the Dow, check out the Dow, right? Same thing. September 18th. What do? We ranged here. We all know Dow's actually really, really weak, right? So what does it do? It tests the lower bound, tests the higher bound, and it shoots up. And then what happens is it tries to. And what is it doing now? It's retesting this boundary right now. Because that's the first rate cut. We had a huge, huge movement here. And now they're saying, hey, well, how does the market like it in comparison to our first rate cut? what's going on, right? I have a million other numbers, by the way, but as of now, this is what it is. So we're just kind of really watching that. It's amazing, and the reason why, like to me, and I talk to like many other people in here, um, Harvey for one, and there's a couple others that don't, really come in every day since I stopped streaming, but look at how this is testing that yellow line at the same time ES is testing that yellow line, right? Look at how they the Russell look when Russell dropped off on this and retested. That was on the 24th, right? Let's look at 24th right here. You see how it drags everything down. When it tests it kind of has a huge sentiment, which is why you kind of look at all the markets. And I saw you, Cap, looking at all the markets. However, you're looking at a 3-second chart, and that's fine. You just need to zoom out in the initial part of the day to understand where you're at in the market. All right? Does that make sense?
What time frame do you think I should be looking at?
For a scalper, I would say daily, if not 4 hour. Like
Okay.
that's just like the bare minimum, right?
Yeah, I've got 4 hour for ES and Nasdaq, but I don't have it for
Okay,
stocks
good.
and shit like that.
So let's just which stocks are you looking at? The
Microsoft,
Max,
Amazon, Nvidia.
Okay. Let me see.
Nvidia's kind of been an outlier lately since earnings, but I mean, I still get some
Yeah.
value out of it.
Why not Netflix, Google, Apple?
I can. I don't see why not.
No, I'm just asking you why.
I essentially just copied and pasted from Cat what he was using at the time, but he's
Okay.
stopped using correlations the last couple weeks.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I don't know, price action.
So yeah, so the difference between Cat and I, and there's good and bads, right? Like Cat will see things I don't see, and I see things Cat don't see. Again, we're coming into a deflationary economy,
Yep.
where tech stocks are underweighted, right? What's weighted is, and if you can see my screen right now,
Yep.
we have Home Depot, we have Tesla, and I think like a month or 2 months back, I told my family, I was like, hey, all of you, because I know my family are a bunch of tech heads, right? I was like, hey, all of you guys who have tech, in Google, in Netflix, in Tesla, I didn't say get rid of that because I'm not that type of person who just says, hey, get rid of it, because I'm not managing the money. I'm only managing some of people's money under the table. But I would say, hey, it's best to get into Home Depot, Lowe's, lumber. And this goes back to what you're talking about, Cap, where you're trading multiple markets. I trade multiple markets. I don't trade ES every day. I barely trade ES once a week, right? Because let's be honest, a high probability trade doesn't come once a day. At least not for me, right? So I'm trading things based on macroeconomics. So if I see that, for instance, and if you guys don't understand anything I'm saying, please ask. The worst thing I can do, which is one of the reasons why I stopped streaming, is because people just kind of zone me out, or because it's boring what I'm saying, right? So,
I'm digging it.
I REITs are going to be a big thing in deflationary, right? So if REITs are a big thing, that's going to be the Home Depots, it's going to be the Lowe's, plus the LA fires, so, and lumber as well, right? And I also invested in like 3D printing homes. But the point is, what's going to be bad for deflationary companies, right? It's going to be bad for tech. So that's why it fell out of correlation, because it's no longer a correlation to ES. Sure, if ES is, sorry, sure, if tech is doing well, most likely ES is also doing well, or NQ is also doing well. But if you're looking at NQ, ES, and Russell and Dow all day and every single day, well, you're gonna have a big misconception of the market.
Yeah.
Because if as the market is cyclical, the tides change, and all of a sudden certain things are no longer in play. So maybe on the downside, we're looking at NQ, we're looking at ES as far as where the bottom is at, right?
Yeah.
Because of the tech stuff, right? But at the same time, we already know that the Russell has been weak, right? So if they're going to start picking up and turning things around, and as we all know, institutions take days to turn around. When I say days, I would say, medium size, maybe 2 to 3 days. Big institutions like banks that have a lot of legal shit happening, probably weeks. But it takes days for them to turn around their portfolio. At the end of the day, they need to allocate money to a certain area. So if you were an asset manager, if you were a portfolio manager, you're actually not allowed to place money into cash form too long.
Mm.
So if you were to say sell ES, NQ, or any of those, companies that are making up for it, or within it, you're gonna put into cash form for a day or two, and then you have to siphon it somewhere, so you can track that. So what I do is I look at what I call capital flow. It's tracking where the money is going, and if they're gonna take a day or two, or a couple days, maybe a week, well, I can hop onto that. I can hop on that and make a huge gain because I know they're gonna, or I feel like they're gonna keep on buying, versus, these micro movements. Now, I'm not saying micro movements aren't good. It's just that I'm looking for bigger gains.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, make sense?
Yep, I'm following so far.
Okay. Taco, if you have questions, ask. I actually don't have too much to say. I just want to say one last thing. As far as your bias goes, let me just go ahead and scroll this to this. All right. Just disregard the lines for a second, right? Actually, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. This is a daily chart. I'm gonna just do a random replay. You don't see shit. I don't see shit on the screen, right?
Yeah.
Like where the blue line is. I don't know if it's up, down, or left or right, right? So I'm just gonna replay this. And then bring it down. All right. So here's a very easy and simple way to see your bias for the day. Now, let me go ahead and change this interval to 4 hours just so that it's kind of funny. So this is the previous day, right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's up. Cap, what's your expectation for the next day?
I considering we put in that wick the previous day, I'd probably be looking to reclaim the session before that.
Right, the up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. So let's see what it does. It comes in. This is 4-hour bar, by the way.
Okay.
So, okay, we're actually starting with the curveball right away. What does it do right here?
Protect the lows.
It does protect the lows, but it also hit the previous day's lows, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point right now, for me personally, that is a great place to actually trade to the high side.
Yeah.
One, the bar previously is an up bar. Second, then we've hit the previous low. We're gonna have a reaction there. So although it doesn't show it here, there is a reaction. Now, it's up to you how you want to get into that reaction, right? and we can zoom in later on, and we'll try to remember this if we can. I guess it's March 22nd on the 24th. Let me just write that down. 3/22/24. Okay. So at this point, you're no longer wanting this, or you're no longer expecting this to hit the highs
Yeah.
because it already hit the lows. There's only what I think like a 20 or 30% chance that this is actually going to hit the other side, if that.
Okay.
So at this point, you shouldn't be long buyers. You shouldn't be at all. Now you can take the initial long from the previous day's low, but other than that, you're not. Now, why is it that the previous day's low matter?
Liquidation. Liquidity stops under the previous day as well.
But why do you think that's the liquidity stop?
I think it's a easy, objective place for institutions to place their stops, or maybe not institutions,
Right.
but just like bigger players. It's objective.
Okay. So let's not go that extreme,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, this is a large bar.
Sure.
So whoever bought down here, their stops are here, here, here. Who knows? Right? It could be anywhere, right? It could even be in the middle of the bar, or it could be, a lot of people are using, average daily range. They can do a lot of stuff, right? Because this, after all, opened here and barely dipped and then went up.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't really know. My point, what I'm trying to get at, is why that's important is because that's a universal level.
Sure.
What I personally call a universal level. Do you know what that is? I don't want to rant too much.
I mean, contextually, it just sounds like an objective level that all the traders are looking at.
Exactly. You can't dispute that. You can't dispute that on March 21, 2024, we opened, and I'm just reading it, I know you can't read it clearly. We opened at 52.94.75. That's without a fucking doubt.
Mm-hmm.
We traded down to 52.93.50. That's without a doubt. Like, I don't care what measurement, what averages, what, volume profile, it doesn't matter. That's without a doubt. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Right? So when we get there, well, like you said, right? Possible liquidity, we don't know. If you're going to get there, there's going to be at the very least, a fucking reaction.
Yeah.
Right? So, especially if you're scalping for ticks, you're gonna get that. Whether it's, 5 points, 7 ticks, who the fuck knows, right?
Sure.
But the point is, you're gonna get that. So let's move forward. Oh, it comes down a little bit lower, and then it has a reaction, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so here's, it kind of moved a little bit forward, but here's the point. What is this day? It's a down day, right?
Yeah.
What's the objective of a down day?
What do you mean?
When the previous day is a down day that isn't an inside day, the objective is for it to hit its downside number.
Okay. Continuation.
Right? Correct. So we failed this. As soon as we hit this low, all longs are off. You should not be long, right? If you want to take your first scalp here, done. You're done. You're just not doing it anymore. You're not going to go long anymore. So from here, we hit this low right here, right? And then whatever it is, as soon as we open, you're looking for downside to hit the target of the previous day's lower high, which in this day, it's the low. So you hit it, and let's just play it forward, right? You see how the bias is down
Yeah, big time.
because of this, right? This wasn't an inside day. This wasn't a weird, wickety wick. What it was it was closing down. So this day is down. Simple as that. And now again, and of course you're gonna be wrong because you can't just continue to go down all the time. But that's okay. We open here right exactly at the close. Again, this is a random example. So let's see what happens. Right? We just wick the top.
Mhm.
What does that mean? Well, I'm no longer I'm going to take my first short here, right? I'm going to look for my first short here, I should say. You're not going to blindly take it. I'm going to look for my first short as a scalp here. But at the end of the day, I'm no longer short biased.
Sure.
After I take that first scalp, I'm not short biased because we took out the previous day's high. Let's see what happens. Look, this is an outside reversal day low. So if you were to take a short here as a scalp, great. You'll probably be kicking yourself here, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter? Because it's a low percentage play.
Yeah.
We're looking at probabilities right now. We took out the highs, we took out the lows. Let me ask you, this is a perfect example. What's your expectation for the next day?
I mean, the next day, I'm still gonna think it's a continuation.
Continuation where?
Down.
Why?
Because we've made lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. We spiked up above the previous day's high, that previous candle.
Okay. I like it. I really do. Right? What I would say is this. Look at the close of this. And I'm not saying you're wrong, because I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen right now.
Yeah.
The close of this is exactly the low of this.
Okay.
So you do need be a little bit more careful. Like, well, are we high or low? We don't know.
Technically
I would
closed
actually
above the previous day's low.
Well, so the close of this supposedly is at 72.50. The low of this is at 72.50.
Okay, so exactly the same.
Yeah. So I was so side with you that we need to at least engage lower.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100% on that. So somewhere down here, and again, this is this is not even. I wish this was fucking a lesson that, I put on YouTube or some shit. FYI, I have no YouTube channel. I'm just talking shit.
You're good.
I have zero fucking YouTube presence. I want to engage in this lower side. If you're on the high, if you're looking for this, because at the end of the day, look at this big ass bar.
Yeah.
If you think that this is just a grab of liquidity before we continue upwards, I wanted to at least revisit this area. Now, if you're on the short side and you think that perhaps we're going to go much, much lower, well, I want it to be on the upside, right?
Yeah.
Simple as that. But let's just play it out and see what happens. So, boom, boom, boom. Okay, we did reach up here, but I am short bias, like you just said. I wanted to get close to this area. So if anything, I'm looking for possible entries to get short here. This is what I mean by understanding the higher time frame and where you should be getting short. You could still make money getting short in this area, but this is to me a higher probability, right? So what happens? Okay, we shoot through. That's fine. No big deal. We literally just came into the middle of this big candle and we shot through. So again, like I said, we're always going to be wrong.
Yeah.
But when you're right, be fucking right. What's your expectation for the next move?
So for the next move, I think we defended the lows there pretty fucking clearly. I would be looking for a long continuation.
Right, but where would you look for a long? Would you look for it here?
No, I would look for a revisitation, like middle to low.
Middle low.
Yeah.
Where? All right, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Here?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not. I think that's great, right? I think that's great, but I also think that you need to be prepared. And I'm not saying that you're wrong, and I'm not gonna take it blindly, but you need to be prepared for this test.
Oh, I see what you're getting at now.
Time.
Okay, yeah, I tested the previous day's low or high. Sorry.
Now, but let's see what happens. Again, I don't know what the fuck happened on this day, right? So let's just see what happens because that high or possibly, right, the open of this is important. But we'll see. I think the high is a little bit more important, but we'll see. So comes in, tests the high. I don't know what's gonna happen, by the way. But the important part is, guess what happens? It tests the high
Yeah.
of this as it opened. That's your bias for the day. So, oh shit, that was actually too perfect. That was
Picture
really
perfect.
not planned. I didn't know what the fuck happened. I really, dude, I didn't plan that, guys. I didn't plan that. Okay, so I didn't mean that. Okay, so, but this is a good lesson, all right? So, assuming you don't know what the fuck happened with this day, right? What happens here?
We test previous day's high, and then the previous
We rejected
previous
it.
day, rejected it, and then we
Yeah,
blew through.
right. So as we're coming to this day, I will tell you this, and obviously I'm wrong, because you guys can see the chart. I'm short biased, even though this is long biased, right? And I'm wrong, and that's fine. I am short biased on this candle. I was wrong. I am long biased on this candle. Technically, I was right. I'm short biased on this candle. I was wrong. I'm always gonna be fucking wrong. Like, I that's the biggest thing that ever helped me in trading.
Yeah.
You're always wrong. Right? But when you're wrong, be wrong quick. When you're right, be right for a long time.
Yeah.
Right? So when I'm seeing this, and but here's the thing. Where's the open? Where's the close? Here's the open.
Yeah.
Here's the close. The next day on Monday, because Friday was clearly it was a day off. We gapped up.
Yeah.
Do you want to be short on a gap up?
Not technically. It's,
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm going to show you something real quick. So here's the close. Sorry, not the close. Well, here's two things, right? Some people use close. I'll use a close. I don't care. I personally use the highs. It's up to you if you want to use the highs. What I would do is high to open. You want to look at when it gaps up, and this is gap up rules. I don't know if do you guys know gap up rules?
No.
Cap taco? No. Okay.
Can you say that again?
Excuse me.
Can you say that again? Do I know what?
Do you know gap up rules?
No.
Okay. So let me just don't mind the colors because because I don't think colors matter. All right, so here's gap up rules. If this is opened, right? Say this is the open. This is the high. It doesn't matter where's open. But if this is the open, this is the high. Generally speaking, you have 2 points. You have obviously the high, but you also have the 50% point
Mm-hmm.
that you're looking at for a rejection because it's gapping up for a reason. And I'll show you guys examples later on if we have time. But anyways, back to this point. We are bearish on this candle, but it gapped up. So are we bearish? You got to be fucking very careful, right? So anyways, move on. Let's just say we're wrong there. Moving on. Oh, look at that. Okay, moving on. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Whew.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. We're waiting for this. What's your expectation of this candle?
Let me think for a second.
This is really okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a little bit different. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be screaming continuation low to me. Mainly because on the previous day, and this might not be the lesson you're trying to teach me here, but it's just what I see. It's what my eyeballs see. we faked out above the weekly high, the previous week's high, and then continued lower, meaning we rejected. So as the next day goes, we open below yesterday's close, then I would be looking to continue short.
Okay. Taco, you gotta. Do you want to say
Yeah,
something?
I mean that's pretty much my read of it as well. Is we pressed into the highs once and then had a 3 days walking back, and then on the second one we top ticked it, and now I assume we're gonna range extend and test whatever that low is there, like 52
Right here.
farther down, the next gray one.
This
I
one?
assume in a couple days we'll test that as well.
Okay. So, great. So that's what I would assume too, right? On a lower time frame, that's what your assumption is, but you were not going to take it right off the bat. Why? Because initially we always want, right? If the higher time frame, and let's just say, assuming the high time frame is doing this, which is a lower, lower high, lower whatever. What we want on the middle time frame or before we take it is actually a reversal before we go down. So we want to take it here, right? So I agree with you guys both on that. So let's just see what happens. Again, I don't know, right? Boom, we take it. Do you guys kind of get what I'm trying to get at right now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I can stop with this example and go back to the real-time charts?
Yeah.
And show you guys? Okay. So let's go back to this. What did this do? What did this day do? What did Monday do?
Lower high, lower
I'm
low.
asking you. Lower high, lower low, right?
Yeah.
So we took out the previous day's high. We came down. We closed right here. Yeah?
Yep.
Why would you assume we're on the uptrend? That's what I was trying to get at, by the way. This whole entire time. I know it took like fucking an hour and a half, but that's what I was trying to get at. It's like, why were you long?
No, you're good, man. And
Right.
it's probably because I didn't look at the.
I know
higher
you
time
didn't
frame
look
too
at it.
much. But let me give you my side of it too.
Mhm.
Part of me was looking for today to be a mean reversion play. So
Mhm.
even if you just take those last 3 bars that you're looking at, right? Let's ignore today's
These
price
3?
action. Yeah.
Okay.
Those 3 are ranging. Like I would consider that a range, right?
100%.
If off the
Yep.
open we come down and test the lows of that range,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be pretty long biased because I want to see us go back and take that mid range or maybe even shoot up to the high of that range.
This range right here.
Yeah, so like maybe not quite that high. I'd probably be looking for the previous day's close.
Mhm.
Um, that's just kind of what I was thinking this morning. However, on the psychological side of it, we had a sharp fucking move down on the smaller time frame. So even if I go to the 10-minute chart,
Mhm.
we had a sharp fucking move off open. Now, when price drops like that fast, I used to have a systematic strategy that I named wash reclaims.
Mhm.
And it's essentially just when we have a sharp fucking down move like that, preferably into liquidity, that there's a pretty high chance that we're going to reclaim the move. Now, it ended up being a unprofitable strategy in the long term. Like I had to go back and test it, back test it for fucking years. I think it went all the way back to like 2019 or something like that.
Okay.
It ended up being unprofitable. And I think it's because of the reasons that you're pointing out right now, is that if it doesn't have the perfect environment, a sharp move off open like that is probably going to be a continuation of the previous day. And statistically, most red opens like that, like let's say the first 15 minutes. If the first 15 minutes are fucking train rolling to the downside, chances are we're already in a downtrend. And the previous day steamrolled to the downside. And the day before that steamrolled to the downside. because that's just the nature of markets. They move down fast, but they move up
Mhm.
slow.
Yes.
So that's a psychological thing. I need to get over that psychology of just because it's red doesn't mean I need to fucking buy it, you know? And that's kind of where I'm
I
at.
I could probably help you. I think I can help you. I would say you need to look at the dominant. So let me clear this real quick. All right. So let me just clear this real quick, and let's just zoom back in on a day. All right. What did this day? What does this day do, in your opinion?
Lower high, lower low. Even
This
though it's a
one, lower
green
high,
day, yeah.
lower low. Yeah, it's a green day. But what are we trying to accomplish on this specific day? Yesterday, Monday.
Would have been to in
Yep.
a
All right, let me
more,
go 15-minute chart right here. Boom. All right, so this is the lower high, lower low, right?
yeah.
So this green box is us testing down lower, and we finished up high. What are we trying to accomplish now? On Monday, yesterday.
So if we're opening above the previous day's close, I would want to
Correct.
be going long.
Good fucking catch, by the way. Good catch. So we're looking to go long, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we go long, we go up, and we reject. At this point right here, why would you ever be long? You're not.
No.
I don't know what you traded yesterday, but why would you be long? And why is this important?
I wouldn't be long.
No, but why is this specific point important?
Because
I'll
now
zoom
we're
in.
accepting below the previous day's high.
Yes, but there's one other thing. And I'm being a little bit more specific. I'm sorry, but I'm looking for a specific answer. Do you know? Taco? Cap? Miller?
I mean, no, I'm not sure what you're getting at. To me, like from an auction market perspective, we broke through the
Yep, yep.
lows, and then the green bars are a retracement of that quick move. And that's like,
The green bars, as in these bars?
yeah, those two.
Okay.
That's like a nice retracement up through the what we would call a reclaim. Um,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
it just definitely looks like it's continuing low. And then that's also it's kind of morphing this 15-minute range on the top half into the larger daily range. And that's to me that's what that big down move is.
Okay. Do you want to refute that, Cap, or what do you feel about that?
No, I agree with that.
I mean, the
That's how I see it.
part of the learning process is discussion, not me lecturing, right? Or not you guys
Mhm.
lecturing or anyone lecturing, right? So, what do you feel about that? Like, does that make sense?
Yes.
Or have you seen different? You know, so for me, I'm seeing that we opened up above, not the previous day's high,
Mhm.
but we opened up within range. We went up, rejected that, and we tried to do a quick push up right here. Now, the low that's responsible for that push up is actually right here. And we rejected it. What did we do? We revisited that area.
Mhm.
When did we revisit that area, guys? Roughly about the opening of it, right? So, after we rejected that area, even if you're long biased after this day of a green day and you've came up with a rejection, you need to be a little bit wary. Like, fuck. Well, we kind of rejected that. This low took out the low that responsible for this high. Maybe I don't want to be long anymore. Or maybe you do want to be long, but you need to be a little bit more fucking cautious about this, right? But let's just say you were complete out the market. It comes down. Excuse me. Let me hide this real quick. It comes down and it completely whacks every fucking thing. right? We took out the highs, we took out the lows, we finished in here. What is our guess in here, right? Our guess, I mean, clear as day, it's to the downside. So, which is why I was curious, Cap, as to why you would think this is a long. Because unless you think, by the way, this was Friday, which we came down, took out the lows, right? Took out the highs of the low that was created, right there, and then we shot up. Everyone's like, "Holy shit, this is a rebound!" And in my eyes, I'm thinking, "What the fuck did we do? We didn't do anything."
Mm.
You guys think that this market ran up fucking, 600 points or something? Look at the chart on zoom out. Look at the chart on a bigger scale. It did nothing, guys.
Yeah.
It came down and just, cleared some fucking orders. So an easy way is, what did we do the previous day? We closed lower. Cool. So today we should be closing lower. Now, where should we bounce? Well, I hate to say it, but look at that fucking bounce. And I guarantee you, let me zoom in. What time frame do you use? 30 seconds? 1 minute?
I use 3:30 and 10 minutes.
God damn it. 3:30. I'm just gonna 30-second chart. Look at, if you were to take this on that number, how many times can you have made money?
Quite a few, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Just knowing this number, and this is to the upside, which is against what I'm saying, right? If you were to take it on the downside, change this real quick to the, oh, this is there. Okay. Nope, that's not correct there. Sorry, give me a second. Trading hours. If you know, okay, by the way, the gray area is like
Pre-market.
European hour.
Yeah.
So if you know this is to the downside, you see this up movement again. What we want to do is, if we see the downside to higher time frame, we want to zoom in on one of these things. And what do we want to see? We want to see a reversal down.
Yeah.
This circle is equating to that circle. So what are we doing? We're finally seeing an up move at the open, right? Oh shit! Look at that break. Look at that retest. And you take it to the downside. That's what I personally am looking for. I'm looking for big breaks. I'm not looking for small breaks. I'm not looking for 5 to 7 ticks. And again, I'm not shitting on anyone. I'm not saying that anyone's horrible for doing that. What I am trying to do is, I'm looking for this big move right here, right? And I'm looking to get to here. That's a 3.64 risk to reward ratio, right? Why did I choose that point? Let me show you. This fuck, was this right here was a low that created that high. Great, and didn't get broken. This created this entire fuck fest that didn't get broken. This created this entire fuck fest. It finally gets broken right here. This created that. What happens? It does all this crap. Who cares? What does it do? It breaks and comes into here. Then we take our short here, stops above the high of the day, and our target is first rate cut. Right?
Yeah.
Done. Simple as that, guys. Knowing your bias for the day is literally fucking 60% of the fight. You could have done it in Asia session, and I do this all the time, and show people I've held fucking I've held I've taught people for like I've held classes for like 4 or 5, 6 months, and like Kat said, I'm tired doing it just because to me it's shitty. Like it's shitty in a sense where people just come and learn and they leave. But point is, this is Asia's session. London breaks down a little bit, cool, whatever. And what happens? You further break down after London is not off, but they're waiting for US session. And what do they do? They hover below, right here, basically below everyone, knowing that this is market's going to crash. Why don't they take it to the upside? Because they're scared, right? If they take it to the upside, great. We can take it. But again, this is a 30-second chart, right? This is a perfect example of it taken to upside where you can capture the steel liquidity to go to the downside. Same thing, right? Even though this is an update, we've rejected that. And once we reject this low that created this high, technically you can actually even go with this low right here. This is a good retest. Right there. This is the low that tested this high. What do? We break it, we retest it, and off we go. We try to retest it again, but it goes. Sorry guys, give me like I don't know, 30 seconds. Hold on. Hey guys, sorry. Baby was crying. Does this make sense though?
Sorry, is that a question?
Guys? Yeah, does this make sense? Like,
Yes.
what?
Yeah, it makes a lot of
Okay.
sense. It is. I will not to argue, but to give a caveat essentially is,
Yeah.
it's very hard for scalpers, at least like myself, to carry a bias throughout a session. I think it's much more profitable for your bias to be switching a lot. That's not to say that like higher time frame shit is stupid. Like Fat Cat always has a fucking higher time frame thing going into a session, but he also flip flops. Like I'm not sure if you watched his $10,000 trade video yet, but he went into Sorry, go ahead.
I've known Fat Cat before this Discord.
Yeah, you've known him for fucking years. But the video he uploaded like 2 days ago, he hit a $10,000 trade last week, and he breaks it down in that video. He went into that session with a long bias, like on purely technical, higher time frame shit, and it made fucking sense. Like the charts were screaming long to him. He made $10,000 on a short. And he even says it in the video. He's like, I went against my bias, which I think is important. Now, granted, if he was following your technical analysis, he would have been short biased that day. So his technical analysis was wrong because he was trading the range on the daily chart or on the 4-hour chart in his case, when it should have just been continuation like this.
Do you know which day it was?
I could probably tell you because I traded that day too.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be it because again, there are nuances, right? Just like the gap ups and everything else. So I'm just curious as to
So he uploaded it 2 days ago. I think it was Friday.
okay, Friday. Okay, so Friday is a different beast, right?
Sure.
Um, the reason why Friday is a different beast, and let me just go down to a 5 minute chart just for shits and giggles, and let me put on the previous day's highs and lows. And let me go ahead and all right. So this is Friday. So was it Friday or was it not Friday?
I'm like 90% sure it was Friday. 'Cause I
Okay.
traded that day too.
Okay. So one thing, we had a massive down day on Thursday,
Sure.
right? So one of the things I said was, let's look at Thursday real quick and turn this off. Look at this massive move on Thursday.
Mhm.
What do you think the market's gonna do? Fall through on a Friday? End of the month?
Fair point. Yeah.
Right? Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't go short. I'm saying think about the context of the week of everything, right?
Yeah.
So, 1 second. Sorry for that. That was kind of weird. So, let's look at Friday, end of the month. Yeah. So, right there on the 28th, right? So, what do we have as far as news goes, guys?
Um,
Not much going on.
USD. Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. So, market manipulation. So if we're looking at Friday, and then let's go ahead and zoom in on a 5 minute time frame on a Friday, right here. What do? We reach down to the previous day's low once, twice, whatever, and then we reversed up. So
Yeah.
he made a good amount of money, but that doesn't mean that it didn't achieve what it wanted to achieve. What it wanted to achieve was a downside movement. Now, you would, although, make more money on this one certain upside, that doesn't mean that it's the best thing to do.
Sure.
It's just like going in with, I don't know if you play poker, but let's just say you go in with like 7-5 or 7-4, right? Offsuit or suited, doesn't really fucking matter. If you win, that doesn't mean you made the right play. And that's the thing about trading. It's you are constantly rewarded for bad plays and constantly punished for good plays. Same as poker. Same as everything else. You don't always make money because you called it right. There are so many times where look at this. This is my shorts right here, and I'll show you guys. I shorted right here. That's a great fucking play. Look at that. That's fucking huge, right? I shorted here. I lost. I lost. I lost. I lost. Big ass winner. I lost. I lost. Big fucking winner. And I didn't short here, but small winner, small winner, small winner, small winner, big fucking winner. Big fucking winner. And the point is, you're rewarded for bad plays, but that doesn't mean you're right. That just means there's a luck factor in this. If I were to tell you, for instance, each time the market goes up, you should short it. I don't care if it's 100 points or 50 points, you're just going to short it.
Sure.
You might get lucky in the first couple of times, especially in this market environment. You're going to think that's fucking gold. Holy shit, zero just told me fucking gold. But no, You just got lucky because we're in the current market environment, current day, current situation.
Yeah.
So how do you protect yourself from that?
Just holding on to risk as short as possible. Like, don't overstay your welcome.
That and also understanding your edge.
Yeah.
What is your edge? I can tell you that what I just told you about how like each market moves, from day to day, you know, hitting highs and lows. But if you don't realize that edge, it means nothing to you.
Mm.
So for instance, let's just say this is a big down day right here.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, it hits the previous day's low. Obviously, it just like how am I gonna fucking make money off that? Yeah, you can't. I personally would never trade this to hit the previous day's low. I would never trade this to hit the previous day's low. I wouldn't trade any of this shit to hit the previous day's low. But Cat went long, right? So what I'm trying to get at is you need to know what your fucking edge is. If your edge is not telling you based on a large sample, and I can show you guys like my shit where I have like fucking ample, like insane sample of this shit. This is, I don't know, fucking 1,215 days of fucking samples right here. You know, so I'm looking at shit from a large sample standpoint of what I can do to make this work.
Mhm.
And that's what you need to do. Because I can tell you all I want. Like, yo, Cap, trust me, man. This has a 88% hit rate. But what does that mean to you? Absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah.
If you can't see it for yourself, if you don't trust it for yourself, you don't see it. You just won't. And what I've told you guys thus far is maybe 20% of what I already do. There are so many things on the daily time frame that I'm not telling you. And it's not because I'm trying to hide it. It's because we don't have enough fucking time for this shit.
Yeah. You'd have to.
You see
fucking
these
make a
lines?
course, dude.
You see all these like million fucking lines? I learned this shit from like old school pit traders that taught me these things. You know. Um and like for instance, fuck. This is fucking amazing, right? Like these lines right here. This is back in August 5th, August 5, 2024, right? We as a group collectively said, "Hey, this is the line that we're going to draw it at." And then we said, "All right, cool. It's at 126, 75. The fucking low was at, fucking 120 even, I think it was. Right? So what I'm trying to get is like what I learned is very different from what Cat learned. This
Sure.
shit literally touched that low and just ricocheted for thousands of points. And people have held it for thousands of points. And that's what we do. Is that we recognize like, oh shit, these levels mean a lot and they hold a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So like for instance, I'll tell you this number right now. If you guys want to write it down, you guys write it down. I don't tell most people. 58, 40, 25. If we're below that, we're fucked. We're cooked. Like for now, we're cooked.
Yeah.
We tested that shit on Jan 13. Yeah, did we go lower? Yeah. But we're not here to take it for a day or two. Sorry, we're not here to take it on pinpoint. It takes a day or two, and what happens? It takes a day or two, and it rallies, 300 points. I mean, to me, everyone would take 300 points rally any fucking given day. That's what you have to do. So as a scalper, do you need to recognize these bigger, higher time frame moves? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean you take the bias off of it. That's what I'm
Sure.
trying to get at.
Yeah,
Is that you take
that
the
makes a lot
bias
more
off of the
sense.
daily. Yeah. So the levels don't mean shit as much, but the daily bias at the very least you need to take into account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes a lot more
Abs-
sense, man. That
Yep.
that kind of clears up my one caveat that I had.
Um, I'll start streaming again. Like I told Kat, I promised them I'll start streaming again. I promised a couple other guys I'll start streaming again. When I do, it's the most boring fucking stream in the world. I guarantee you. You're not gonna have fun because I don't take trades every hour, every minute, every 5 minutes. I might take trades once or twice a day. That's it.
Yeah.
And people don't like that. Which is why I don't do YouTube shit because it's boring. But I'll start streaming again for fun, just fucking chit chat,
Yeah, dude.
and
Like,
then
I can't. I'm not a swing trader, but I find it extremely interesting, dude. Like my first couple years of trading, I was like copying Qualamagi and shit like that, like just absorbing as much information as I could. And while I failed, like ended up being a really shitty swing trader, I still find it so interesting.
but you don't have to be a swing trader. You could
Yeah,
be a scalper and yet still make a lot of money
exactly.
as long as you understand the higher time frame shit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to combine all this information, and it's taken a long time, and I don't expect it to be quick. There's so much fucking information that I've absorbed over the last 4 years that's just scattered everywhere, and figuring out how to kind of combine it all into one system takes a
Mhm.
while, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Paco, you here?
Yeah.
Okay. Last thing. I'm gonna show you guys. This is some fucking gold. This is strictly what I teach people. Do you guys know what this is? Do you guys see the symbols?
Yeah, what is it?
So it's ES over bonds.
Yeah,
ES over bonds meaning ES over 30-year treasuries, right? So what you're specifically looking at this point, right, is ES over gaining bonds, meaning is it outperforming the bonds, right? So you're gonna start seeing, based on this is what capital flow, right? Is money moving into the ES, or is it going to a safe haven like the bonds?
mm-hmm.
So when you're looking at this on a daily perspective, you're starting to see things like, oh shit, I see ES is selling off here. I see ES is kind of moving up here. I see ES is kind of, shorting here. Now, let's look at it from let's just say a market perspective or structural perspective, technical perspective. So this is a low that created this high. Great. We're positive. Good stuff. This is a low that created this high. We're still positive. This is a low that created this high. We're still positive. So on and so forth. Until we get around this area, which is, let's just mark this down, right? 31st of October, 2024. And then right here, February 3rd. Okay, so 31st of October, sorry, where is it here? 31st of October and Feb 3rd. All right, so let's just go to a strict ES chart. 31st of October is here, right here.
Okay.
You see how we came down? Because the tides are changing now. It's the start of it. That doesn't mean you just fucking short things left and right. It just means tides are changing. And then
Yeah.
we go to Feb 3rd, right here. Feb 3rd. Again, we're not shorting this, but it's saying in the other chart that shit doesn't make sense. We need to find a safe haven because people are putting money into the bonds rather than equities.
Yeah.
What happens? You look for a possible higher time frame movement. This is it right here, right? By the way, this is insane. We're looking for a higher time frame movement. Everyone thought that was it. That was it. That was it. No, it wasn't. We couldn't break anything. We
Yeah.
couldn't do anything up here. And what did we do? We crashed down. So you have to look at the capital flow of money. Where is the money coming from? Where's the money going to? If you're fucking Canadian and you're looking to put your money somewhere, you have to put it somewhere. Where are you putting it? Are you putting it to ES, the NQ, crude oil, nat gas, gold? Where the fuck is it going? And
Yep.
that is the way I trade, is to know where money is going and then get in on it. Because institution money will drive the market further than your technical analysis or your scalping or my anything can ever do. It's going to push it. So you can get on your fucking last 1/3 contract a 15-1. That's the goal, at least for me, right? Because I look at myself, I'm an old guy. I'm not young. Right? I'm pushing 45s. I can't look at Nadam.
Mm.
What I want to do is I want to click join bid, give 0 fucks, set my stop loss, and step away for hours, if not days on end. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm training myself to do. But yeah, so point is start looking at where the money is leaving and going to.
Sure.
That's my advice to you guys. If you want to swing trade.
No, it's a good way to think about it. I've never thought about it that way.
There's more to it, but we can talk about it another day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, I know you guys are tired. I've been rambling on your ears off, so
No, you're good, man. I appreciate it. It's something I need to work on. You know, I think I can carry my own on a 3-second chart, but lately, especially, I've been fucking struggling on the 10-minute chart, man. Like I can't get any. And
Just
it's
look at
ironic
it.
because it's kind of the other way around. You know, like a lot of people say, oh, I can read a 10-minute chart, but there's too much noise on the 3-second chart, and I'm like, that's where I thrive. You know, I need that noise. But it's
You know
Rome
what's
wasn't built in a
crazy?
day. You know, like it's gonna take me a while to build that confidence on the higher time frame, and I'm okay with that. You know.
You know what's crazy is like some people will like so the guys I know, right? And I'm not here to name drop. Like I already told you guys, like the guys that I talk to, they're like ex-pit traders. Um, what some of them, I think 3 of them, 3, 4, they're all like registered investment advisors. One of the guys worked for Paul Tudor Jones as a head analyst. So this is a private group that I'm part of,
Mm.
and I can tell you that what they said to me, fucking like it's to me is insane. They said, "Oh, what do you trade on?" Like we have our private conversations, but like, what do you trade on? I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been looking at like a weekly, daily chart and shit like that." And when I say it to you guys, right, weekly, daily chart, you must think like that's really far out, right?
Yeah.
To them, They said a daily chart is noisy to them. Noisy.
Yeah.
Imagine what they would think if you were to say, I look at a 3-second chart, 5-minute chart. Like, I once said that, and they're like, dude, that's like, what are you doing?
Burn their eyeballs.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're wrong. It's just to them, that's how macro they are.
Yeah.
Right. My point is, that's how macro they are. Is that they can't stomach a daily chart. It's just too noisy. A daily high being broken doesn't mean shit to them. So, anyways, that's my point. Just when you're thinking that you're long biased, look at the previous day. Look at what it's done.
Yeah.
What it's gonna do. You know. And then look at what the current day has done. And what it's gonna do. Right.
Yep.
So
true.
I don't know if you can see my chart here. What I trade is like crude oil, nat gas, gold, copper sometimes, bonds, 10-year bonds, ESNQ, Russell, Dow, the major currencies like Aussie, pound, Canadian dollar, euro, yen, Swiss, Bitcoin, Ethereum, corn, soy, wheat, Kansas City wheat, and some euros. Euro boons, euros 10s, euro 30s, stuff like that.
Sure.
So, what I'm trying to get at is know what the others are doing as well. That's gonna matter to you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that'll definitely come in handy.
Yep. Sorry for the rant, boys, but if you have any questions, let me know. If not, then I will leave you guys be.
No, I appreciate it, man. I'm definitely gonna pick your brain in the next coming months.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'll try to stream as much as I can. I want to get back to streaming just because
Yeah, no
it's
pressure,
fun
buddy.
to talk to people.
I get it. I've been trying to stream in here every day the last couple months, and
I've seen you. I've seen you stream. I've been popping in and out. I haven't really been joining, but yeah.
yeah, it's a process, and lots more to come. I'm excited with this coaching shit. It's already going
That's
places.
one guy that you're lucky to be part of.
Yeah, no shit, dude. You don't gotta say that twice. Fuck. So
I mean,
grateful.
I knew Kat since what 2019, 2020, I think. We were in a private room together. I was scalping. You can talk to him about my scalping. It fucking sucks. Um, it was so bad. I was making money, but it was bad. I just couldn't do it. But yeah, I mean, you guys can PM me any day you guys want. I'm always checking the chats because of old students and stuff that I had to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to like ask me questions, I'm more than willing to.
Yeah, sounds good, man. I'll
As
hit you up.
long as as long as it doesn't interfere with cat stuff, I'm
No,
good with that.
no, of course, priorities.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna hop off unless someone has questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking take a nap, dude. It's been a busy morning.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'll catch
All
you guys
right, man.
later.
I'll catch you later.
Yes.
All right.